my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
And we shall overcome.
Impromptu celebrations erupted outside the White House.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.
Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome back to another episode, and shout out to my young brother in the building, man. We will be doing this on a regular basis. This is Dub and Marky. Marky and Dub, however y'all want to put it out there. Politics as usual, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all go sub to the young brother. Y'all go sub to his channel over there, Democracy 101. He doing a hell of a job. Cooking out there. He out of order now. He out of order sometimes, but I got a lot of love and respect for him, and I think he makes some great points. Marky, welcome to the show. I think this is our second show that we've had as far as co-hosting together. What you got for the people to start the show off, man? Let the people know what you got going on.
Salute. What's going on, though, bright side, my brother?
Is the music too loud?
No, I can't even hear any music. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. You crispy.
All right. And you crispy. All right. Salute, Dub, right side. Salute to the audience. Everybody coming in. Smash the like button. Please subscribe to Democracy 101 as well as my brother, Dub, right side. Democracy 101 is on the road to 100 subscribers. We are up to 69 right now. Salute to all my people over there in the T sector and in the YTBC with Mad Chad and them, and all my brothers in the STN, especially my brother Dub Brightside for carving out time in the schedule to do this show right here. Over here, it's called Political Discourse. It's going to be episode number 1. We've done a couple streams in the past, but I think they've been pretty disorganized. I didn't have a channel in the past, so this is a really special occasion for at least for my channel. So how you doing, Dub?
What you mean? This is a special occasion for mine too, because we need individuals like yourself. I think you're a brilliant political mind. So I want to get right into it. I want to go ahead and jump in. We got a few topics that we want to talk about. A few videos we want to play. Marky, I want you to start it off. I'm gonna let you start it off in this situation because and I got a lot of respect. I always say this. One thing I respect is the hard work, the dedication, and trying to. It's not easy to map out a show, and Marky has went beyond and above to map this show out for us. You know what I'm saying? So, Marky, I already told you what it is. I'm gonna let you have the flow tonight. Topic 1: the MAGA Civil War. Trump loyalists versus Elon separatists. Am I correct about that title?
Absolutely.
Okay. I know we got a video we want to play. And shout out to YouTube, man. Shout out to YouTube. YouTube, don't strike us. We're gonna play the audio of it. We're not gonna play the visuals because I'd have been in the gulags. That's what I would call it. I'd have been in the gulags for almost 2 or 3 weeks now. But so, do you want to start with the video or do you want to address the topic first? We see Trump and Elon Musk going back and forth with each other. Elon comes out and first off, Trump, he comes out and says we're gonna ban the EV subsidies, those type of things. Elon Musk come back and say, well, Trump, the truth gonna come out. You on the Epstein list. I said, wait a minute. That's what I said. That was my initial thoughts. Do you want to give any context before we play the video?
Absolutely. I mean, Elon Musk about a year ago latched himself on to Donald Trump. He's pretty much a grifter. He rode a wave. He knew the Democrats would never let him in. He about a couple years ago, he started this whole campaign against trans people, and also he started the replacement theory in South Africa as well as in the United States, which is true. In the next 50 years, white people will probably not be the majority in this country. I mean, that's just how mathematics work. But nonetheless, I mean, he is, in my opinion, a racist. Especially, I'm gonna be posting, and I apologize because I keep trying to get this video out, but it takes such a long time for me to even find some time to even do it. But he is promoting this South African genocide theory, which is just absolutely bogus if you do the research into it. And what has happened since Elon Musk has put $500 million into Donald Trump is Donald Trump has won the election. Donald Trump has gained $50 billion in wealth in just the past 5 months. Donald Trump has the majority in the House and the Senate. Donald Trump, I mean, he's riding pretty high. I mean, despite the fact I think he's doing pretty terrible. But all the way around, when you look at it, Donald Trump has all his chess pieces in place. But Elon Musk, he's been getting the raw end of this deal. He's pretty much been like the patsy for Donald Trump. Like, he has instantly become the most unpopular person in the world. Like Dub, 300,000 people have died because Elon Musk shut off U.S. aid, and there's 103 people dying per hour because of what he did. These are children. There's 200 of those 300,000 is 200,000 children. Like, I mean, and you're the richest person in the world. Like, you're to me, like, your legacy is gonna go down as you're a very sick individual, and then you're taking glee when you fire people, and you're not even from this country. Like, this whole time, this dude is an immigrant, and now they're addressing it. Now, Steve. Well, anyways, I'm getting way too deep. But
no, you in order. You in order. We ain't got no problem with it. And one other thing, real quick. I want to do this real quick before we continue with the show. Want to shout the chat out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother BBO in the building. Shout out to Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Vaughn in the building. Vaughn says Elon and Trump both narcissists, billionaires. Excuse me. Shout out to my brother BBO. Shout out to Prize Fighter in the building as well. Salute to all the family, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like buttons around here, man. Hit my like. Hey, y'all show love, respectfully. Mark, I want to ask this question. I want to ask this, and we'll move accordingly. But when it comes down to you saying that Elon is this individual, Trump is this individual, do you think, in your personal opinion, first things first, what led to this breakdown and some of the ridiculousness that we done seen from both of these individuals, in my personal opinion? What led to this first, in your opinion?
Well, like I said, Elon Musk has become his patsy. Like, he has become the most unpopular person in the world, and not only that, he has seen his company Tesla, its stock drop in stock by over 15%.
Yep.
That's $150 billion worth of wealth wiped out in one day.
That's crazy.
And it's not going to go back up because of what's happening with the EV subsidies. Not only that, people just fucking hate Elon Musk. They don't want to buy his cars. Specifically because it's Elon Musk. Like, so,
real quick, shout out to Bruce Gas. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to BBO. Y'all go sub to, well, probably ain't got a channel, but y'all make sure y'all go sub to my brother Bruce Gas as well, Boxing Jazz and more. if you want any good trivia, y'all make sure y'all go show love over there, man. Shout out to Bruce Gas in the building. Go ahead, Mark. I apologize for cutting you off.
No, you good. Uh, I was just saying, why Elon Musk is so upset, and we're seeing this break. Not only that, Elon Musk, he's not getting anything he wants. It's gonna be broken down more in this video, but he wanted his head of NASA, which was he happened to be a Democrat. He wanted that person to be the head of NASA, and Trump turned it down. And this is the problem with Trump, in my opinion. And we're gonna get more into it, but I think the people that Trump puts in these positions are idiots because he's an idiot. He doesn't go off of expertise. He just goes off of personal loyalty, and we see a lot of. And that's why we see this out of orderness. Again, let's play the video. Let's play the video.
All right, so we're not gonna show the video. YouTube
We have to
being
narrate. We'll have to narrate the first part of it, or we could just skip it to where Trump is talking. But I think
well,
I give an efficient enough breakdown.
and I think you talk well enough, and I say that respectfully. I think we both can break it down a little bit, but we're not gonna actually play it just simply because we ain't trying to get no more strikes over here. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't want no more strikes. YouTube instruct me for much less than this video right here. So
Man,
here we
you
go.
two don't play with me.
Marky, let me know if you can hear this, and let me make sure I present it the right way. Give me 1 second. There we go, right there. There's the video.
We
Damn.
do not own the rights to this video. We are watching it or excuse me, we are reacting to it for reporting, criticism, educational, and research purposes
Only. Hold
only.
on. Wait a minute. We're not gonna show it. I'm just telling you the truth. Marky, let me know if you
Yeah,
can hear it. I'm gonna play it now. Let me mute this. Let me mute this. Let me know if you can hear the video real quick, Marky. Can you hear it?
I cannot.
You can't hear it?
I cannot.
All right, hold on. Let me start it over. Let's see if I can do things the right way. I muted that.
Smash the like button. This my brother Dub Brightside.
I'm gonna take it down and I'm gonna bring it back up.
Yeah,
Chat,
me and my
y'all let
brother
me know.
Dub Bright. It's nobody. If I was in a submarine at war, it's nobody I'd rather have than my brother Dub Brightside.
Oh no, we
That's a
family.
fact.
Hey, you my brother. All right,
That's
let's
a
see.
fact.
Real quick, let me do it this way right here. Marky, I ain't gonna have. Well, I'm gonna put you on the screen. I'm gonna put you on the screen instead of myself, and we'll do it
Absolutely.
this way. Let me know if you can hear it now. Here we go. I'm gonna play it. Let me know if you can hear it.
But I'm very disappointed because
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, here we go. Marky, I'm gonna let you navigate this thing for us, and we'll break it down after we listen to the video. But let me know when you want me to stop it. It's an 8 minute video, so we can't go all the way 8 minutes with it. But let me know when you want me to stop it. Here we go.
I think I think you should skip to maybe 3 minutes where Trump really starts talking because there's a part where they're just narrating or they're just giving facts and it's just music. I don't think that's useful for us.
All right, so you want to go to the 3 minute mark?
Yeah, about the 3 minute.
All right, we'll start there. Here we go right here.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. We call it a great, big, beautiful bill because that's what it is. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would
Pause it
say I
right
would have
there.
won Pennsylvania easily.
Go ahead, Marky.
So right there he talks about the big beautiful bill, and that's the thing that really signaled to people that there was a break between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So the big beautiful bill last week Sunday, I believe, I talked about it in my stream. It's extremely unpopular because not only does it cut 1.4 trillion dollars from Medicare and Medicaid, and it adds another $180 billion to the military spending budget. I mean, I mean, Elon Musk Doge did nothing. He talked about he was gonna cut $2 trillion from the budget. He only found $185 billion worth of savings, and then Trump has already spent $200 billion this year. Dub. So this bill is extremely unpopular. It's only gonna not only does it add more not only does it add more um not only does it add more to the national debt, it cuts from people's Medicare, like I said. Like a lot of people are gonna be affected by that. But Elon Musk is in the camp of he does not want the debt to be increased. And on top of the fact he's upset about the EV tax credits are not gonna be in the big beautiful bill. So there's just a lot of people who are not happy about this, and right now it's looking like it's not going to pass through the Senate because
So go ahead.
there's four Republicans, Rand Paul, Josh Hawley, Ron Bacon, I believe from Wisconsin. I think I have that one wrong. I apologize, and another one, but they're not going to vote for this, and they need 51 in the House.
And I always got to say, shout out to Rand Paul, shout out to Josh Hawley. One of the things I love about this whole situation is that I don't think that there should ever be a time where one individual, regardless if you're the president or not, where you can dominate a situation. And I, regardless of what I think about that bill, me personally, regardless of what I think about it, I love that you have Republicans coming out saying, "I'm not voting for it. I don't support it." And I think that's, instead of voting party line wise, vote on what you believe in. I think that's a good thing. What's your thoughts on that?
I just hope that stays true. I hope it stays true. Because we've heard Republicans in the House say that, and then they voted for this. And then it's even more discouraging. The fact that you have two of those House Republicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Mike Flood, they admitted that there were certain parts of the bill they didn't even read, that they didn't know was in the bill, and they voted yes on this.
Well, the
So
problem
there's
is,
people. I think that
hold on,
Trump
real
can
quick,
just
real
get
quick,
to.
real quick, real quick. The problem
Don't
is,
be out of order, Dub. You see?
see,
You
hold
see?
on,
I'm
Marky,
reacting.
I'll let you
Remember, I'm
cook.
reactionary.
I'm
I'm
letting you,
reactionary.
Marky, calm down, calm down.
I love you.
I'm letting you cook, but I still got to interject. When you have somebody like Mike Green, or not Mike Green, what's the brother name from Texas? The one with the
Who?
cane.
Who?
The
Al Green?
Al Green, thank you. The man said himself that he voted no on the bill without reading it.
Absolutely, because he wasn't consulted on it. They didn't want to do any debate, Dub right side. Why would he vote for yes if he was not consulted?
He didn't read the bill though. We're critical, and I can be very critical. If Marjorie Taylor Greene comes out and say she didn't read the bill and she's gonna vote yes for it, I'm gonna be critical of her. If Al Green come out and say I didn't read the bill, I'm voting no, I'm gonna be critical of him.
Well, I mean,
Is that
you
not
could
calling it down the
definitely. Well,
middle?
no,
That's not
I don't
calling
have
it
a
down the
problem with that.
middle.
If you want to be critical, go ahead, Dub right side.
No, is that not calling it down the middle?
No. Absolutely, absolutely. He if I mean, if he, I think if he's gonna be if he's gonna have serious and intellectual discourse about the bill, he should read it and he should be fully informed about everything that's in it, especially because he's supposed to be somebody on the front lines. I don't disagree with you.
And that my only, and I agree with you as well. If Marjorie Taylor, why are you voting for something you didn't read? I done seen this happen
I
multiple
don't
times.
think
One
she
of the
can
things,
read.
well, she from Georgia, so well, you ain't gonna get over on my Georgia sister like that. You ain't getting over on her.
I mean,
On
18
this show,
rural cut. 18 rural.
all I'm trying to tell you is that out of order is out of order. If you read the bill or if you don't read the bill, I don't give a damn if you vote yes or no. If you ain't read it, you shouldn't even be voting
But
on it.
what? But what if? What? No, 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 no. But hold on, though, right side, because no, I don't think you're understanding the proper context.
Go ahead.
There were literal hearings where the Republicans, look it up, where Jim Jordan made the decision. He's the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, and they were trying to have debate on certain provisions, and the Republicans were ordered to stay silent.
Refuse to have debates. I seen it. I seen the clip.
Yes, that's
And,
what.
and
How?
we
Why
had
should I vote? Yes. Why should I even consider what you put in this bill? If I'm Al Green, I've not been consulted. Not only that, y'all people are just out of order. Y'all out of order.
first things first is the reason you should is because that's your job, and you need to make sure, especially being in that line of work, being a Congress individual. You know what I'm saying? I still think we need reform on Congress, me personally. But with you being a congressional member, you can't, whether it's yes or no, you can't sit here and say, I'm not reading it and I'm going to vote this way. No. Go read the bill. And then, and one of the things, one of my problems is I've seen this happen for years where individuals don't read bills. And if we want to go back to, I don't really want to go back into the different bills that I don't believe were read. The Green New Deal, excuse me, deal. Nobody didn't read all of that. It was passed at the last moment. It was passed in the what's the word I want to use here? In the heat of
In the
night.
twilight.
In the heat of
That's how
night.
this one was passed.
Exactly. We agree.
Exactly.
So, but it's out of order.
Exactly. That's
That's
how
why,
exactly how this one was passed. In the dead of night.
and that's the last thing we should be seeing, regardless of who's in office, what party. Ain't no way a bill isn't read by congressional members, right? And they just say, well, I'm going to vote this way regardless. I don't care if you're saying yes or no. And we got two individuals here in Al Green and Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And
We
Mike
got two.
Flood.
We got two individuals that saying,
Three.
"Damn, reading the bill, I'm voting this way regardless." It's out of order. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I see more. I see more so the logic in Mike in Al Green, and I'm gonna allow you your opinion, Dub. Right side. You go ahead and play the video.
All right, here we go. Let me know. Make sure you can hear it. Here we go.
Anyway,
You can hear it?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right, we
sir.
good.
Go ahead.
but I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything.
Do you agree with Trump when he says that Elon knew the inner workings of this bill? Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I mean, it could be true because I mean, Elon came out and openly criticized it.
Okay, here we
So
go.
why not? He
No,
uh,
no.
he said himself that it's a big, disgusting pork-filled bill, and he hates it.
Real quick, man. Shout out to my brother Daniel Penny in the building. Shout out to my brother Crush the Legend in the building. Crush, I gotta tell you, I'm waiting. I need to see. Look. I need to see the voice meter, man. Respectfully, I say that respectfully. Here we go. We're gonna keep playing this video right here. Here we go.
Everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden, he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types, electric. We want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything.
Go ahead, Mark. I want you to break that piece of it down. Do you think that Elon Musk, because he did end up, and you brought it up earlier, he ended up losing money. One of the and 14. I think it's 14%, 15. I ain't got no problem with you saying 15. Whatever it is, one of the big, not even one of the biggest loss in Tesla history. After these things are happening, do you think that plays into Elon's what's the word I want to use here? His feelings about how things are working out for him. And it's interesting once again to me that I remember a time where he had no problem. He went according to him, wasn't pushing for Trump to do anything for his business, right? And now all of a sudden he's coming out, and I want to get to the next piece of it, but what do you have to say about what Trump just said there?
I mean, Trump. I mean, Elon Musk. Trump is. I'm sorry, Dumber. I lost my train of thought right there.
Now
You
you
gotta give
did,
me a
you
second.
did, no, you did.
Nah,
But
absolutely. No.
go ahead. Go ahead.
What did he say in there? He said that
You,
Elon
let's
was
play it
upset because of
again.
EVs and gas cars coming in, but or that and that he was gonna lose the EV mandates. So that's really true. But not only that, Elon is under a lot of pressure from his shareholders because he looks like an idiot. There has been nothing positive about this. They can vote him out of that CEO position. Okay, he's not just the king of the world. Like respectfully,
But
even though he does own the
but
company.
Marky, the thing is when we're talking about the government versus Tesla, I think that what Trump is saying right here. No, we want we want EVs. You know what I'm saying? We want electric cars, but we want to produce all type of cars here, gasoline based. According to what Trump was saying right there, and my thing is it seems like Elon Musk. And it's interesting because even with SpaceX, and we're going to get to that piece of it as well, but even with these things happening, Elon seemed to be on the back foot. He seemed to be on the back
What?
foot. And
What the fuck?
it was interesting that he was the one who helped Trump get reelected. I think me and you had a conversation about him campaigning and spending the amount of money that he did for Trump's campaign. Now he's not getting the quote unquote benefits of the position that he's been put into, and now he's actually being hurt. His company is being hurt by what Trump is doing. So, what's your thoughts on all of that piece of it?
Yeah. So, and not only that the tariffs are killing Elon Musk. They're destroying him. They're destroying Tesla because they have to get it's some type of rare earth metal they have to get from China to put in the engines of their Teslas. It's killing them. And right now the uncertainty, he said it himself. We're gonna be in a recession, the right side. I'm gonna be all right. I hope everybody else gonna be all right. You put this man in office, though, right side. You did this. I haven't called you any mean names. I love you to death, but I don't think that was your best decision.
Well,
I
okay.
think this man has put
If
some stuff. Why you see, Dub, right there? You being out of order. You being out of order. I wasn't done. Come on, Dub. You see. Anyway, but I was just saying. I think this man, personally, is a meandering idiot. I think he's put some very stupid people in positions. When you look at Pete Hegseth and the job he has done, when you look at Marco Rubio and the job he has done, and when you just look at Elon Musk and the job he has done, there has been nothing positive. The right side, 1,500 babies have been born with HIV because Elon Musk decided to cut off the research and the funding to those programs. I mean, like, what? This dude, like, there's been nothing. I don't think there's been nothing positive about the Trump presidency. There's been no deals cut. They keep saying, "Oh, 2 weeks. Give us another 2 weeks." It's every day. It's 2 weeks. It's another 2 weeks. There's been no deals cut. Even this China deal, it's falling apart already. And now they're talking about, oh, Trump always chickens out. Well, we're gonna get more into the tariffs, but the tariffs right now are killing Elon Musk. Because he has to get a lot of parts from China, and it's more expensive to bring them in. On top of the big drop in stock from Tesla, so he is just all around unhappy. And later in the video, we're gonna see how he unloads on Donald Trump. because it get really out of order. Dub right side, it get really out of order.
Hey, real quick, in the chat, man, y'all, hey, look, my brother Vaughn, he ain't out of order. He ain't out of order. Y'all ain't got to time the brother out. Let that brother rock, man.
Man, y'all stop
Hold
timing
on,
people out.
hold
What's
on, let
wrong
me.
with you?
You ain't got to time Vaughn out, man. Vaughn is in order right now. Shout out to Daniel Penny in the building. Shout out to Thrill Hill in the building. Shout out to Gas Mask in the building. Shout out to my brother DJ Black Charm in the building. Salute, family. Much love and respect. Shout out to Frankie Blanco in the building. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all. Um, just because y'all disagree with what people are saying, and the brother didn't even say nothing crazy. That man said salute to Bruce. That man said Marky Dan with the gun the muscle emoji. And y'all didn't time the brother out. Before what?
Yeah,
Be in order, man. Y'all gotta be in order around here.
yeah, y'all about to get your wrenches pulled. Who did that?
I don't know who did it. I ain't gonna get into all of it. All I want to say is I want to go back to what we were talking about. It's interesting, Marky. When you're saying that Elon Musk, he's done these things. Elon didn't have a problem, and Donald Trump said from the beginning that he's not here to help Elon out. He said that from the beginning. And then when he started taking mandates away, that's when Elon seemed to turn on Trump. Do you think it has anything to do with the money aspect of it? Do you think it has anything to do with Elon turning on Trump?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much just laid it out to you how he's going to be taking big losses as a result of Trump's policies. Like I said, the tariffs are terrible, and then as you said, the EV mandates that are not going to be included in this bill. So Elon Musk, and then on top of the fact, the people he wants to put in position for NASA, because they were a Democrat, Trump decided to reject them. So no, Elon Musk has not gotten anything positive. On top of the fact, I want to say something, Dubs. I don't ever want to hear, "Oh, a woman is too emotional to be president." I don't ever want to hear that again in my lifetime. These two people these are the two biggest children I have ever seen. Ever. I've never seen anything like the things I've been seeing from Donald Trump. Like we are an embarrassment. We're an embarrassment. The way how he treated Zelensky, who's bravely fighting for his country, the way how he treated Ramaphosa, and all these he's lying and spreading conspiracy theories. Like I don't ever want to hear that a woman is too emotional for this position. Ever again. Ever.
I'm
Go
gonna just be,
ahead.
I'm gonna just be honest. I don't
And
know
we
what
can
you
play
got.
the video whenever you
Hold
want.
on, hold on. Let me hold on. I got you.
No, you good. I'm just saying we can play the video whenever you want. Go ahead.
Shout out to my brother Thrill Hill in the building. Hey, Thrill. As far as her politics, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm not a big supporter of her. I support her because she's from Georgia. I do support. Hey, and y'all know I support Georgia. That's how hey, it is what it is. But at the same time, as far as the politics go, I'm not a big fan of her. Me personally, you know what I'm saying. I rock with Trump, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, anybody who say you gonna vote yes and ain't read nothing, I don't know what you want from me. I can't support shit like that. Me personally, that's how I am. Shout out to my brother D Free in the building, man. Salute to Free. Let's keep playing this video right here. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it back up. Here we go. And then we're gonna let Marky. Hey, go ahead, Marky. I'm gonna let you respond. You out of order, man. You out of order, but it's okay. I ain't mad at you.
And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, he became a little bit different, and I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody, and he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me, and he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Go ahead, Marky. Respond to that piece right there.
I
Or,
mean,
or, or you want me to
I don't
respond to
see
it?
how he's helped Elon. Like I honestly don't see. I just pretty much laid it out. complete addition for Trump. I mean, Trump has all his chess pieces in place everywhere. He has his cabinet, the people, the loyalists he wants. I mean, he even owns the election commissions around the United States. So he has his people in position. So and then Elon Musk, I just laid out for you all the losses he's taken. Like I don't see how he's gaining. I mean, what? South Africans are coming here. I mean, like, is that it?
My bad, I'm on mute. My bad, I was on mute. I'll be trying my best. Um, my thing is this. I think Elon, he gained, first off, he gained a lot. Let me make sure I reach everybody up who deserves a wrench. I got him. Shout out to, and I apologize, Marky. Shout out to Real Prison Talk with Tommy. Salute to him. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to him. Y'all go sub to Be Free as well. You know what I'm saying? DJ Black Charm, Frankie Bronco. Make sure y'all sub to everybody. Shout out to Dave Hill in the building. He said we out of order over here. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, ain't gonna be the last time. My thing is this. I watched Elon Musk go and campaign for Trump, right? And had nothing but good things to say about Trump until this EV mandate was cut out. And then now we see him coming out. I want to ask this question. Let me ask this question, Marky. I want to ask this question real quick. And I always tell you, even when we have pre-show prep, I'm gonna ask questions that might not always be in the show, right? We may not always talk about them, but I think you're brilliant enough to have discourse about it. What's your thoughts on the black eye that Elon Musk came into the White House with? What's your thoughts on that?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
You didn't see the black eye?
Oh, the black eye. I thought you said the black guy. Sorry.
No, black eye. Not
I mean, this is the person that he brought into the White House. This is the
agreed.
type of people he brought. A drug addict into the White House who says, "Oh, I told my son to punch me in the face." The man was
Oh,
high. The bright side. He was high the entire time during that Oval Office visit. And there's a New York Times article out right now. I encourage everybody to go research it and read it, where he carried around a fucking pill box of OxyContin, Xanax, um, um, uh,
ketamine too.
ketamine. Okay, what's the other one? Adderall. This man is a drug addict. He's a full on drug addict. Okay, and he's being allowed to fire federal workers. Federal workers have to take drug tests, and they keep saying, "Oh, he's a special federal employee." So, if anything, now that he's unaligned himself with Donald Trump, I wonder if they're gonna subpoena him and get him before a committee to testify. I mean, I don't see what he's gained from this
They
at
should
all.
they should have been got him in front of. I thought that me personally, this is just my personal opinion. Once they made those government agency, government department, whatever, once they made that happen, and he was the one that was supposed to be running it, that's when Congress should have had. They should have had that man in front of Congress from the beginning. In my personal opinion, that's my opinion.
The stupidity of Trump, and I just don't understand how people don't recognize the stupidity of it. Is this man is an unelected bureaucrat. He's an unelected autocrat. Okay, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Not only that, he is not a cabinet official. So he did not have to so he has not been voted on and cleared through Congress, through the Senate. He did not have to take any type of oath of office. He's just a rich guy in the government. And he's on drugs. And he's hiring people and firing people, the right side. And then the crazy thing, like these people, the Republicans that are in charge of the Doge Committee, they're a joke. Like they have no more credibility. The people, remember the interview I showed you with the NLRB whistleblowers? They still have not been called before Congress to testify. There's been no hearings on this topic. These people are a joke. And Elon Musk, He's not gaining nothing. Like I don't. He's not gaining anything.
Amazing.
Like you really gotta point specifically point it out for me what he's gained.
So I want to ask this question right here. I want to ask this, and I know we got a special guest coming on tonight to speak to the tariffs, financial literacy, more or less. We got a special guest tonight. Um, Let me know when we're gonna make that happen, Mark. You know how it is. I want to ask this question though. I want to ask this question, and I know we'll talk about this shit all day. So we got to move forward a little bit. Well, first off, let's finish the video first. Let's finish the video first, and then we'll move forward after the video is finished. So we got what 4 minutes left in this video. Let's finish that first. Shout out to my brother A1 Hoop Zone in the building. Shout out to
A1 Hoops Zonio.
DSTN. Shout out to my brother in the building, man. Dave Hill is in the building as well, man. Much love and respect to all y'all. Let's finish this video, and then we'll get to the next topic of conversation. But let's finish the video. All right, real quick. Let me fast forward because I ain't gonna read all this shit. I ain't gonna read. Well, fuck it. I'll read. Yeah. You want to read it? You want me to read it? I'll read it.
Well,
You can't see it.
yeah,
You can't see
go ahead
it.
and read.
You can't see it, so I'll read it.
No, what? Where are you at?
I'm very disappointed
Hold on,
in
hold on.
Elon. I've
Where are
helped
you at?
Elon a lot.
So go ahead. Go ahead.
Where are you at exactly?
As far we're at what 4 minutes and 38 seconds right now in
Okay.
the video. But it's getting into actual things that Elon Musk tweeted, and then Trump responds with different tweets, and the people they can't see it without me reading it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead and read it. I can see it now.
Okay. So Elon Musk comes out and says, "Such an obvious lie, so sad." All right, here we go. Comes
And
back.
mute that.
Say it again.
Mute that. That music is terrible.
Well, shit. All right.
Sorry, like I ain't nothing against you.
Elon Musk comes back after he said such an obvious lie, so sad. Comes back says, not even those in Congress who had to vote on the big ugly spending bill had time to read it. That's crazy work to me. Here we go. I turned the music off for you. I turned the music off. He come back. Elon Musk come back and say, false. The bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. That's what Elon Musk comes back and say. Here we go.
Yep. So Elon Musk, that's a very good point. Elon Musk used to combat Trump.
All right, here we go. Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate, according to Elon Musk. This is what this is his tweet right here. Let's keep going. And if y'all don't hear nothing, the only reason y'all don't hear nothing is because I got the Marky said he don't like the music.
All right, well, turn it up a little bit. Okay, I ain't got no problem with that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, yeah. Okay,
Trump,
but
hold on, real quick. Trump comes back and said, and shout out to John Smith in the building, man. Salute to John Smith. Trump comes back and says the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. That's what Trump says.
you brought this dude into the government. What are you talking about? Why didn't you do it immediately?
What? Hold on, Dad. Let me read it off first. Let me read it off.
Oh, I thought you went quiet specifically to let me go ahead. I didn't think I was out of order. Go ahead.
I didn't call you out of order. I just said let me finish. The only reason is it go quiet is because you told me you didn't want to hear the music. Here we go. Let's see. Donald Trump follows up. Blah, blah. All right. Elon, he responds. Elon says, in light of the president's statements about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon state or damn, I can't read what a damn is decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. And this is speaking to, and we've heard that Elon Musk has been in control of SpaceX for a long time now.
Bruh. Dub.
Go ahead.
They're going. It's like this is bag for bag on a level that the two of us cannot even comprehend.
I love it. I told, look, Marky, you know
Like
the
he
funniest
say,
thing
Trump say, "I'm gonna take away your contracts." Elon say, "Fine, I'm gonna take away my
when
rocket
you
ships."
sent me this, Marky, did I not?
What'd you say?
Marky, when you sent me this, did I not say I love this? I love this right here. Did I not tell you that?
Yes, you did.
And the reason I love it is because
I don't understand
I
why.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Is because I think that when you got the richest man in the world versus the most powerful man in the world, right? When you have these two dynamics going at each other, I'm one of the individuals, and maybe I'm out of order. I might be out of order for saying this, but I'm an individual who think that's great for business. Rich versus rich first, and then power versus power. I want to see y'all go at it head for head, and I want to see who wins. I think Donald Trump gonna win, but at the same time, I'm glad somebody challenging me, and it's somebody that he's on record supporting. I'm glad that this is happening because this is the truest way to keep democracy clean. When you got power for power, individuals going against each other, rich for rich individual going against each other. That's how we get the truth, in my opinion. In my opinion, what's your thoughts on that?
I absolutely agree with you, Dub. Right time, my brother. A tear almost shed from my from my revolutionary heart, hearing you talk about defending democracy, and this is correct. I can agree with you. I enjoy watching Elon Musk and Donald Trump go at each other because it really truly exposes who's on whose side in this Republican Party. Elon Musk has contributed over $500 million to the Republican National Committee. He lost $50 million, I think, trying to rig a race in Wisconsin for a judge, and he was emphatically rebuked. He's
Hey,
pissed.
I love it. And I think you get more done with debate, conversation. One of the things I always say
Uh,
when we talk about the bills not being able to be looked over and not having debate conversation about it, when Jim Jordan did, like you brought up earlier, when he did that, I'm a fan of Jim Jordan. When he did that, I was disappointed in him, me personally. I
What'd you
was like,
say?
I was disappointed in Jim Jordan. Ain't no
Yeah.
way ain't no way you should be sitting there holding, in my personal opinion, individuals hostage and not letting them debate a bill. Ain't no way that should ever happen in the democracy we live in. And when it does happen, I got a problem with it. I got a problem with it. And I can call a spade a spade. It is what it is. I try my let me give you my drop real quick, man. Y'all know the drop, man. Let me make sure I do it the right way. Uh, like my brother Eric Mays would say.
Heaven. I try my best to tell the truth. People don't like my style, how I talk, my delivery, but you ain't catching me in half truths and lies.
You not catching me in half truths and lies. Why? Because when this comes up like this, I'm gonna tell the truth about it. That's what I'm gonna do. Everybody may not feel and may not agree with me. I'm okay with it. Shout out to my brother Stevie in the building, man.
Hey,
Shout out to him.
A1 Hoop Zone, my brother. Dub Brightside put this guy in office. Respectfully.
Here we go. Now you out of order.
Am I not speaking facts? Am I not speaking facts?
I voted for him. I voted for
There
him.
you go. There you
Absolutely.
go. There you go.
Absolutely.
So here. What do you mean? Here we go. I didn't insult you. I spoke facts, right?
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at
Okay.
that.
All right. We talk about here we go, like you walking up on me, like we about to have a
It
problem.
ain't, it ain't, it ain't no man. You out of order. Now you out of
Respectfully.
order. Now you out
Nah,
of order. Now you out of
nah.
order.
Just let it be known, though, right? So go ahead. Play the
Shout out,
video.
real quick. Shout out to my brother Philip H in the building. I want to finish this.
Stavi, my brother, salute.
Did I say his name wrong?
Who?
You said what's his name? Stabby?
Yeah, Stavi.
I said Stevie. I apologize to the brother,
I
man.
don't know how you got Stevie from an AVI. I don't
Because
know how you did that, dub, right side.
like you always tell me, I'm a country ass nigga. That's what you always tell me.
I
So
mean, then you talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to destroy the Department of Education. I
all right.
mean, they
So
already
look,
don't got federal funds in them
hold
Georgia
on.
school system.
You're moving too
It's
fast. You're moving too
terrible out
fast.
there.
You're moving too fast. So
I think you're
Elon,
trying to suppress
hold
my
on,
free
hold
speech,
on,
but go
hold
ahead.
on, hold
I'm
on.
not. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Elon Musk comes back and say they need to be impeached. Shout out to Elon Musk. He said that he think that Trump and his cabinet needs to be impeached. Then, and this is what is it? This is on X, Twitter, whatever we want to call it these days. Um, he said that. Real quick, going to the video because the people can't see it. I want to make sure we read everything. The video says Musk also suggests that Trump should be impeached and JD Vance should be president. I want to ask this question because I ain't got no problem with it, but it's interesting to me that we've heard about JD Vance's background as far as technology goes and how he's been in that sector. Um, we know Elon Musk is in that sector. We also know that Vivek Ramaswamy now running for governor of, I believe, Ohio. Am I right about that, or am I wrong about that? I might be wrong.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so when we go back to those, we also saw that Vivek and Elon Musk they were supposedly tasked to both be a part and run Doge, right? Um, that's what we saw. It seemed like there was a point where Vivek he got kicked out. He ended up like I said earlier, running for governor of Ohio, and now you had Elon running Doge, and now he comes out and says, and we also know that Vivek and JD Vance, very good friends. Um, known each other a long time, went to school together. You know what I'm saying? I love that the young guys out there fighting for position right now. But my question is to you, Marky. I gotta ask this: do you think that Elon, because I think Elon has a better relationship with JD Vance than he ever had with Trump? And we're gonna get into some other things, especially we really got to get into the Epstein stuff. You know what I'm saying? We really got to get into that. But do you think that Elon is looking at it like, man, I'm a game. I have more favor with JD Vance, and I don't know necessarily about Vivek, but I have more credibility, and uh, um, I can level with JD Vance more than I can level with Trump. Do you think that's a possibility as far as what we see going on right now?
Uh, I mean, maybe. It is a civil war. He is trying to take chess pieces off the board from Trump, but at the same time, I don't think JD Vance is a valuable chess piece. At best, he's a pawn. At best, you could put him in front of the media. Maybe if something comes down to a final vote in the Senate, he could be a chess piece in your pocket. But outside of that, I mean, there's nothing really for him. I mean, you can put him in front of a camera, but I don't think he's really that valuable unless you find a way to get Trump out of that position. Unless you find a way to get POTUS out of there.
So, but if
Like he
and,
said, he wants to get him impeached. So
but my thing is if you can get in, I don't think it happens. I don't think they're gonna impeach Trump. Me
I
personally,
mean, we'll see. But with this coming midterms,
I ain't got no problem with it. But I don't think that they're gonna impeach Trump. They done tried that already. My whole thing is when it comes down to, I think that Elon Musk would prefer JD Vance in there because he got a better relationship with JD Vance versus Trump. What's your thoughts?
But like I just said, Dub, like I just said, I think it's gonna be easier for him to get through to JD Vance, especially if he puts some money in his pocket through World Liberty Financial Coin. Um, and yeah, if he could get Trump out the way, because Trump is one of the most illegal presidents in in the modern history of presidency. Excuse me, in the modern history of America. You have to go back to guys from the 1910s, where guys' fathers were KKK members, and these guys and they were and presidents at certain times might have called for the deaths of certain minority children. But hey, it is what it is. That's who we have in office right now. And
Um,
yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere for the time being, at least until the midterms, because the Democrats, they will open impeachment investigations because this man is illegal. This man is illegal
Real quick,
all
man.
over the place. Like this thing that's going on with Eric Adams, like that is a monster. If the Democrats ever get back in power, they will crush them. They have the complete moral high ground on just that situation alone.
We're gonna get to the Democrats in a second. We're gonna get to them. Real quick. Shout out to my brother Piro in the building. Salute to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Yeah,
the Melvin Air podcast in the
passport
building.
pearl.
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Shout out to y'all. We're gonna drop the link shortly, but me and Marky, we got to get through this first. We got to get through our time. This is and I say it respectfully. I told you this, Marky. This is our first topic, and we are hour into the show. We on one topic right now, but it's all
I
good.
told
I
you
ain't
we
got
should
no
do the
problem.
time system. Yeah, been out of order.
Say it again.
But never mind. Go ahead, Delbright.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's finish the video, and it's gonna be me more reading more than anything.
You hear any background fee from my mic?
Yeah, well, I can hear myself at certain times, but and I don't know if you got wind or I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's my fan. That's what I was asking.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I hear a little bit, but you good, you good. All right, here we go. So running down last. Okay, here we go. Elon Musk comes back, and this is oh man, do I want to do it now? Real quick, Marky, let me ask this: Do we have the financial individual? Do we have him ready, and is he ready to jump on? Only reason I ask is because the next tweet from Elon Musk is the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. That's just that. I'm just reading. So do we have my brother on financially? Is he ready, or let me know. Mark, are you there? You on mute?
Sorry, I said I'm gonna call him though. Give me 1 second.
Okay. We'll keep going. Let's go. Musk adds that Trump's global tariffs would cause a recession in the second half of the year. Here we go. Next tweet.
But
Oh, go ahead.
my bad. But I wanted to comment on that. I mean, that sounds like somebody that it's been very close to you for a long time, though. Bright side, your brother Marky Dan 123, your brother Marky Dan the historian. It sounds like me. I mean, I've been telling you for a while. I mean, these tariff policies are terrible,
We're
and you
gonna
keep
we're gonna address
I ain't fit.
it. No,
out of
no,
order,
hold on, Market. We
out
ain't
of
got
order.
we ain't got to that part of the show yet.
We did. They did. You just
We ain't got
specifically
there
said
yet.
it. You just specifically talked
We're
about a
gonna get to the
recession.
tariff. All right. No, I talked about the tweets of the video. That's what I talked
While
about.
I
I
was
didn't talk.
calling,
I had
go ahead.
I have something totally. I would say something totally different about the tariffs, me personally. But I'm just talking about the tweets that are on the video right now. That's all I'm talking about.
Exactly. I was talking about a recession, which specifically, matter of fact, it was talking about recessions because of his tariff policy. It literally says that in the tweet.
Well, fine. Here we go. Since you want to do it this way, we can do it this way.
Go ahead.
This is the problem. The problem is regardless of the tariffs, you know what we've seen since Trump been in office? What we've seen is, and I remember you crying about egg prices. I said the same thing. Egg prices are ridiculous. Egg prices are down right now. Gas prices are down right now. They're down. I
Man,
looked at
that's where
a
you
hold
live,
on,
brother.
hold on, wait a
Respect
minute.
to you.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I looked at a chart of the tariffs being taken in right now. In 2025, we've made more money off the tariffs being taken in this year than we've made in probably the last. And I don't have the chart. I can find the chart if I need to, but we've made more money off of tariffs this year than we've made in the last 40 years. That's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
No. Do you know where the tariff money comes from? The
Where
American people, the bright side. It comes
no,
from when the businesses bring them in on the brings in the product on the ships, and they pay the exporter. They pay the other country, and they have to pay the extra tax, and then they make the decision: do we pass it on to do we or excuse me? Firstly, the tax that this tariff money is coming from, that comes from the businesses in the United States. So this whole thing, this is not Trump taxing other countries and Trump being this big boss around the world. No, he's making things more expensive. And this thing about egg price, well, I respect your research. I'm not gonna doubt that. I don't know about gas price where I'm at, and especially with my brothers. I was speaking to my brother El Yepes, and I think Pearlito was also on the panel. Things are not getting better in places like California, Arizona. Gas prices are not getting better. Right now, gas prices where I'm at are $3.99 for regular, $4.19 for $4.19 for premium. It was just literally in January it was $3.89. So I haven't experienced what you're talking about, but I do respect your research if you're seeing that's something across the board. But what Elon Musk is talking about right there is a recession is going to come because what's going to happen from these taxes on these businesses that are bringing in the products. They're going to have to make a decision. Do we pass on the losses from the taxes? Do we pass it on to the consumers, or do we eat it by seeing a decrease in our profit margin, or do we fire workers? Do we have mass layoffs and close certain locations? This is
that,
gonna and that's what and then and that is going to lead in a shrinking of the economy, and that's what Elon Musk is talking about when he talks about a recession. Okay, we have already had a 0.3% reduction in the size of our economy under Trump in the first quarter GDP report. If we have a second reduction in size of our economy in the GDP report coming up in July 30th, that technically means we will be in a recession, or that we're headed towards it. There has been nothing good about this policy, the right side. I don't think so at all whatsoever. And I'm gonna look more into that research, but I don't think gas prices has been if it has been a change, I don't think it's been a noticeable change, respectfully. And I don't think this is gonna be good for the country. I don't think they understand economics or even how tariffs work. They're saying, well, if you build back in America, it'll be less expensive. Well, you're putting tariffs on coffee beans. We can't grow coffee beans over here. Why are you making things like that more expensive? You're putting tariffs on certain on certain special rare earth metals coming from Canada and coming from Europe. Why? Who does that help? And then you want to come back to the table with your he wants to come back to the table and act like a big boss. They're like we're gonna go talk to China, South Korea, who's been one of our allies for decades. We have a surplus with them. We sell our cars over there. We sell our meat over there. We sell our agriculture over there. We put tariffs on them. Why? They're now talking to China for the first time in decades since the Cold War ended, or since ever really. No, it's since the creation of South Korea. They've never been allies or talking to China. They've always been under our wing, and this is because of this idiot. And like I keep hearing people like you say, "Well, if somebody had to do it, do what?" There's not like I don't see a net good from this that's gonna happen. And on top of this disgusting and destructive spending bill that's going to add to the deficit, and it's going to kick people off of Medicaid and Medicare, and it's going to cut SNAP. I don't see this being good for Donald Trump or the Republican Party.
I'm just
This
gonna
is
tell you.
political suicide next
I'm
year.
gonna tell you, Marky, and I say this respectfully. You're all over the place, which is fine. Which is fine. I ain't got no problem. That's why I let you cook. My thing is this.
I am.
You say what?
I am all over the place. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good. It's the passion. One of the reasons I say I think you're brilliant because of the passion that you bring to this conversation. So I ain't got no problem with that. I'm just trying to. I try my best to tell the truth. That's it. And one of the things that I've noticed is that where I'm at, and there are times where shout out to my brother and who did A1 who's on A1 just brought up a great point. He said, and I want to play this or I want to show this real quick. This is the thing. If something isn't affecting you directly, then you won't notice it. I live in California, Cali. That shit was out of this world crazy expensive. And my thing is I live in Georgia. I didn't notice the gas prices being lower. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice the prices of groceries. I didn't see them go down where I'm at. Maybe y'all don't see, and I'm not saying no disrespect to you, Marky, but I didn't see them. So I can only speak to what I experienced, right? I think you would have the same ideology, thought process. Shout out to my brother Rod Zilla in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to and
That's all
Marky,
good.
say this name for me right here. Shout out to her, Veronica.
Yeah, Veronica.
Shout out to Veronica in the building.
That's my homegirl right there. Salute V.
Hey, shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I didn't see the difference in the prices. I didn't see them. I didn't felt them. So when I done seen and felt it, then I can speak to what I've seen and felt. That's it. That's it. Philip H says, real quick, shout out to my brother Philip. Not here, groceries are more. Okay, groceries are
More
more.
expensive, I think he's saying.
It said except, but I think expensive was what he was looking for. But not here, groceries are more expensive. Egg, shake my head. Can't make this time in life up. Okay, if that's what you feeling, I ain't got no problem with it. All I'm telling you is where I'm at right now. I can definitely tell you that gas prices and groceries are less expensive since Trump has been in office. I can say that for a fact. Would you agree or disagree with it?
I just told you the right side. I disagree, but let's go ahead and finish the video. Since it's
Well,
not really playing, it's just you reading. Let's go ahead and finish it. Let's go all the
well,
way.
it's only me reading. So hold on.
Yeah,
All right.
let's get to the Epstein. Come on, like we were going for an hour. Come on.
I told you what was gonna happen. I told you this was gonna happen. All right, here we go. White House. Let me read it off. White House denied his claims, calling Elon Musk allegation or allegation. Excuse me. An unfortunate episode. I don't know what that means. And we're gonna drop the link in a few. So shout out to my brother Bruce Gas. Bruce Gas said he strongly disagree. Philip Page disagree with me. I ain't got no problem with it. Shout out to my brother D Ray in the building as well. We're gonna drop the link shortly. We got to get through our topics. Marky, I told you what these topics gonna do. I told you this.
Yeah, they see the truth. I'm not calling you those words, but some of them might see you as those words. Respectfully, dog, right
Okay,
side. I'll lay you
so
to death.
that's the end of that video. Real quick, I wanna. Do you have anything else you want to go as far as Trump, Elon, the war?
And then get into Epstein?
No. I'm talking about. That's the next topic. We going there next. But do you have anything else you want to say on the war between Trump and Elon? Do you have anything else you want to say on it?
No, I think I pretty much broke it down as much as I could. Good.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. All right. Going into the next topic, Elon Musk comes out and says that Trump is on the Epstein list. He says that Trump has something or is going to be implicated in the Epstein list, hence the reason it hasn't been released. Go ahead. I want you to break that down first before I say anything about it.
Elon Musk, this is the ultimate nuclear bomb he could drop on Donald Trump because what this does is it puts Donald Trump in the position is it puts Donald Trump in the position is if he sues Elon Musk for libel, what might happen is the judge will say, "Well, did you see these documents?" And if Elon says yes, even if Elon is lying, the judge may order, "Well, you have to release these documents, or you have to let me see them in closed session," and the judge will render the judgment. And what might happen is either Trump will just leave it alone, or man, he might just have to leave that alone. Leave it alone because there's really nothing he can do. He'll have to release it. And from what I've seen, I think whatever is in there is pretty damaging for Trump because I remember he was being asked about it on NBC, and and the lady asked him, "Are you going to support releasing the Epstein files?" And he said, I support releasing all these files, but like Bill Clinton, the Clinton files. You know, that's something that the worst assassination attempt in our nation's history. Then he says, but the Epstein files, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there. You know, a lot of fake stuff that might hurt a lot of people. So we're gonna keep a tight lid on that. He said that, and the problem with the media is they like the mainstream media sucks. They suck. They don't report on what's important. This man said that. And then we dance around the fact that Trump is just not the most creepy dude in the entire world. Like some of the statements he makes, like if my son ever made some of these statements, like talking about grabbing women by the you know what, the right side. The right side. And he was talking about doing that to his best friend's wife at the time. Like there, and then the fact there's video of Trump dancing, having fun, calling out women with Jeffrey Epstein, with Ghislaine Maxwell. Like whatever is in there, I think it's pretty damaging for Trump, and Elon has to put him directly in his crosshairs. So maybe I have to expose whatever in there because he really has no recourse. What can he do? He can't go to court.
And I'm gonna go ahead and I tell you that I think you out of order. And the reason I think you out of order is because if these things are true, right? And I'm gonna be honest. I didn't say this from the beginning. I've been saying that I think the Epstein files should be released. I've been critical of the Trump administration for not releasing, and because according to him, he was going to release these things um, in the first 100 days of his presidency, right? I hadn't seen it. I ain't seen it, and because I hadn't seen it, I'm critical of it. My thing, I done heard the whole thing about Trump being implicated with Epstein, the problem is I've also seen that Trump was one of the first individuals who went and said, you know what? First off, he kicked him off his kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. The next thing is when it did happen, and that situation was being addressed legally. Trump didn't he didn't sit there and stand back. No, he went and said, "No, this is what I know. This is what I know about Epstein." Went and gave full detail about it. You know what I'm saying? Did he lie? Did he? I don't know. I can't say he did or he didn't. I can't say that. But he did go in and interview, and this was at the time when Epstein was being prosecuted in Miami, right? He went in and he showed up and took part in that interview and said, you know what, this is the knowledge I have. So I don't know if he's guilty. Me personally, in my personal opinion, I think that a lot of these guys got a lot to do with nonsense. And when I say nonsense, I'm talking about Epstein. I think that Trump may be one of those guys. I don't know that to be a fact. I think Bill Clinton may be guilty there. I don't know that to be a fact. My question is, and I think this is something that we will agree on. Well, why ain't nobody holding down? Well, you can't hold Epstein to the fire. R.I.P. to that man. You know what I'm saying? And he's not a great individual. He's a horrible individual, in my personal opinion. But where's the information? Where is the damn information? That's what I want. I want to see the damn information, and I want to see how it's all put together and collaborated, saying that Trump, Clinton, Prince Charles, whoever it is, I don't give a damn who it is. If you was messing with kids, you need to be in jail.
Prince Andrew.
Thank you. What I said?
Yeah,
Charles.
you said Prince Charles. Yeah,
I
don't put nobody.
apologize. I
Yeah, don't
apologize.
falsely accuse nobody.
Thank
Come
you.
on, there.
No. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. All I'm trying to tell you is hold them all accountable. I want to see put the files out there for the people. And I'm going to be honest. One of the things I hate right now with Trump, this is what you ran on. This is what you talked about. Well, where are the files at? Then I see Dan Bongino, I see Cash Patel, right? Dan Bongino is now, I believe, the head of the Secret Service, and Cash Patel, the head of the FBI. I see y'all Negroes get up there, and I say that respectfully when I call y'all Negroes. I see y'all get up there, and man, y'all copping the plea. Well, we don't know exactly what happened. We got video. Well, what a video is. When y'all gonna release it? Why do we have to go through the nonsense for y'all to release video that y'all done told us is go? What's the problem? What's the problem? I got a problem with it, and the reason I got a problem with it is because y'all, Marky, you done heard me. I done argue for some of these guys. You done heard me, and then they get up there and they copping the plea. What are we doing? It's ridiculous. It's nonsense, especially when it comes to Epstein. And we're gonna get ready to drop the link. I apologize. We're gonna get ready to drop the link in a second. Marky, I always tell you, the topic, we always go longer than we expect to go. You know what I'm saying? In an hour and a half, we expect to be through 4 or 5 topics, right? It don't happen that way. But no, hold Dan Bongino, hold Cash Patel, hold all Donald Trump, hold all these individuals accountable. If there's some bullshit going on, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't give a damn what position you're in. And then when you get into position and you don't want to drop the information, you look like a bitch. That's what you look like to me. Hoe ass nigga. I don't want to hear none of this nonsense. I don't want to hear none of the, oh well, we gotta redact it, we gotta protect. Okay, protect the victims. You gotta protect the victims. I ain't got no problem with that. I think the victims should be protected. I want to know the names. Put the names out there. Trump, you ran on this. You said you want to know the names and you want to put the names out there. Is your name on the list or not? Elon Musk telling me your name is on the list. That's what Elon's saying. I don't know if Elon had access to those files. Me and you argued about this, Marky. Him having access to things that you thought he probably shouldn't have had access to, right? We argued about that. Well, he coming out saying now that your name on the list, nigga. Show up and show out. If you ain't on the list, if you ain't had nothing to do with it, put the list out. I listened to Pam, what's the Attorney General name right now? Pam Bondi. I listened to her get up there and start talking about this Epstein list. I listened to it. Damn, what you're talking about, put the information out there. Show and prove. That's what we standing on around here. Show and prove. If you, hell, you the Attorney General, Kash Patel, you the FBI Director, Dan Bongino, you the head of the Secret Service. Y'all done all changed y'all damn tune. In my personal opinion, y'all done changed y'all tune. I gotta call it out. And I gotta say, my apology. Marky, go ahead. I'm out of order. And I apologize for being long-winded. Go ahead, Marky. What's your thoughts on it? Marky, you there? Marky. Marky Dan, can you hear me? Well, fuck it. I'll keep going then. Since my brother ain't, and he clearly can't hear me. Shout out to my brother Marky. I'm not here to sit here and protect nobody. That ain't my job. I'm trying to figure out the truth. The truth, shout out to my grandmother, the truth set you free. And when I'm hearing these individuals, they done changed their tune now, and they don't want to speak on the nonsense. Well, I got questions about that. I got a lot of questions about it. Shout out to my brother Fight Sports in the building, man. Salute, Fight. We'll be talking boxing tomorrow. We ain't talking it tonight. We talking politics. Mark, are you in the building? We're gonna drop the link. My brother Marky, he done, on as BVO would say, the man fell down some stairs. I don't know what happened. So we're gonna drop the link, and anybody who want to come up, I want to hear y'all opinion on this. I want to hear everybody's opinion. And whether I'm right or wrong, good. One thing y'all know about me is I don't give a damn. I'm not getting paid from this. I'm trying my. Hold on, let me get. I gotta give y'all the drop. I gotta give y'all the drop real quick.
Heaven, I try my best to tell the truth. People don't like my style, how I talk, my delivery, but you ain't catching me in half truth and lie.
You ain't gotta like my style, you ain't gotta like my delivery, but I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you. That's not how I move. I don't move that way. I want to hear y'all opinions, man. We got my brother. Hold on, real quick before I bring D-Ray in. Marky, I'll get there. I want to mic check real quick, Marky. All right, Marky, he ain't there. Welcome to the show. We got one of the greats in the building, straight out of Omaha, Nebraska. One of the most brilliant individuals I know. An individual who probably done saved my life damn near a few times. We got my brother D-Ray Promotions is in the building. D-Ray, welcome to the show. You done heard us up here cooking on the political topics. I done cooked with you behind the scenes politically. What you got for me, my brother?
Hey man, great topic, great show, and I appreciate you and Marky, dropping this great content, bro. And you know, when me and you were talking even before the election, right? The only thing I said is, Doug, stand on it. You know what I'm saying, and hold him accountable when he run, you know, different of what you believe or what you think. You know what I'm saying, and doing things that you know that he doing is, my words, you know, of course your phrase, out of order. You know that you was gonna respectfully hold him accountable. So I appreciated that. You know, and I think right now, bro, it's time for us to either you know get active or just sit on the sidelines, bro. So I appreciate this, though. You know.
Well, we calling a spade around here.
Yeah.
Me, like you said, we done had conversations behind the scenes for a long time about politics, and I tell you, I'm the first to tell you if I'm right or wrong. Right? If I'm wrong, I ain't got no problem being wrong.
Right.
I can be critical of an individual, and
Oh, absolutely.
right now, I gotta be on Trump helmet. I'm on this helmet right now. The reason I'm on this helmet because I asked for this Epstein shit. I said, man, I want to know who is doing what and why. I want to know. Real quick. My apologies. We got my brother Free in the building, man. Shout out to my brother uh, D Free in the building. Salute Free. We coming to you next. But all I'm trying to tell you is I've been asking for this, and now we got an individual like Elon Musk coming out saying, Trump, you on that motherfucking list. You on that list. That's what we got. That's what we got.
Yeah.
I'm calling a spade a spade. I
You
want to
speaking
say,
facts, Dub, right side for once.
oh, you back. You back. You back? Marky, you back?
Yeah.
Damn, well, you fell off for a second. Respectfully. Before I want to go to my brother Free, and then we coming back to you, Marky. Free, welcome to the show. The master debater is in the building. My
Yo.
brother, real quick, Free. I don't know what you got. I don't know what you got going on with being Israel. That went out his way to disrespect my show because he worried about you. Hey, shout out to my brother. That's how you really troll a motherfucker right there, by being a honest stand up individual and a whole ass nigga like me. I, I tell him to his
Come on, man. Respectfully.
it ain't that man ain't got no respect for my channel, so fuck him. He a whole ass nigga.
Hey.
Pull up anytime you want to. And this is,
Man.
hold on real quick. This is just for you. This is for being Israel. Pull up anytime you want to. We can have a conversation and a dialogue. But that's full shit that you're doing. You so worried about being free, you gonna disrespect my show. You more worried about this nigga right here. That's crazy work to me. My apologies. My apologies. Go ahead, free. Go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't even know this dude. He had an issue with me since day one. He saw me. I don't know what it is, but nevertheless,
A whole
see,
ass nigga. That's what a whole ass nigga.
but this is the problem, and this is the problem that I have with a lot of people in the United States. With when it comes to election time, we vote these people in office that's incompetent. We spend more time trying to clean up their personal judgment issues instead of cleaning up what's wrong with the United States. We spend all this time with Trump in office. We're spending all this time discussing the issues that he have with his members that he selected and things like that, instead of the issue that we really want fixed in the United States. And that's what I say. A lot of people, they don't do their homework on individuals, and they just vote off the emotion, or they vote off a tradition. They don't do the homework on the people that they're voting in. And that's why I have a problem with the election. And that's why I said I wasn't getting involved with the election anymore, because it's never going to go the way that you expect it to go or the way it should go. It's always going to be people voting off of emotions and tradition instead of doing their own research and figuring out who's the best person for the office. So, I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, we spend so much time dealing with things that they need to correct with the members that they have on their staff instead of dealing with the actual problem that's in the United States. And I think a lot of this stuff is also a cover up of what's really going on in the United States. Like anytime people have an issue with something that they're voting in, there's always something else that comes out to take your focus off of what they trying to vote in, and now you switched your focus to the new issue that they got going on. So I mean, a lot of this stuff is just cover up to get your focus off of what you really are upset about.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at that. Marky, go ahead. Did you have anything you want to say about the Epstein list and what I was just cooking on? Marky, are you there? God
Here go the
damn.
stairs again.
God damn, Marky, man, you gotta be better, man. You gotta be you gotta at least be
Hey,
live.
hey, Dub, but check this out real quick because I wanted to say something on that. When you're talking about the Epstein files, right?
Yeah.
And my thing is they got to figure out when they weigh it, is the exposing who's on that list, is that worth trying to protect, your own self-interest? And I just think a lot of times, bro, that it boils down to them protecting themselves. And then so, like you're saying, we don't get the real file. And it'll probably come out in like 25 years or something like that, And then we going to say, man, well, we wish we would have knew. And that's the thing, bro, that really upsets me so much, man, is that, especially, man, when you get these people, with ridiculous amounts of income, and then we got homeless situations, right? But they can sit up here and just think that they above the law, bro. And then, I'm just like you said, I wish, man, in a perfect world, bro, everybody could be held accountable and up to the same standard. But we all know that ain't the case, man. But go ahead, Dub.
Well, it ain't gotta be the case. And I always say, my thing is you done heard me argue for Trump. You done heard me support Trump. Now he in office. I'm on his helmet. If you on that damn list, we want to see it. We want to see it. And Elon Musk then came out and said you on the list. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. But at the same time, I want to see all of it. And the reason I want to see it is because anybody who's on that motherfucking list need to be held accountable. Because the last thing that I think we, as grown individuals, the last thing we should accept or rock with is pedophilia and the harm to children. I'm not here for none of that. I think you protect women and children from the beginning. Women and children should be protected from Negroes like us up here. We can handle our own. We gonna stand on business. We can handle our own. Women and children can't always do that because they can be overpowered, overmatched. Put the list out then. If this is what you're standing on, Trump, put the list out. If you are you on the list? Did you have information? Did you have information that implicates you with Jeffrey Epstein? If it's there, it is what it is. I'm gonna be on your head. I'm on this helmet already, but we're gonna be on your helmet 2 times, 3 times worse.
Hey man, can I ask something real quick?
Let me finish. Yeah. But the thing is it's more about protecting those who were taken advantage of. I understand that piece of it. I understand protecting those individuals, and I think they should be protected. Put their names out. We done heard Bill Clinton on it. We done heard Bill. We know what Bill. We done heard that. Trump, what did you have going on? What did you have going on in that situation? Were you a part of this? And if you were, somebody need to put hands on them, in my personal opinion. And you too, I'm not saying anybody should do anything negative to the president. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is if he was a part of this corruption, that he should be held accountable. That's all I'm saying, you two. Please, I done been blocked enough. I done been struck enough. Please, hey, shout out to YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. But I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. All I'm trying to tell you is hold these folks accountable. They should
Hey man, can I ask something real quick, bro?
Go
I
ahead.
apologize, but I just wanted to know: didn't Russia say something about him earlier though, before the first election? What didn't they? They talking about him going over there and doing stuff with people, prostitutes or whatever.
Well,
So I just
well, D-Ray, it came out that that wasn't true. And when I say unfortunately, I'm not saying unfortunately for Trump. I'm saying unfortunately for the individuals that came out and said those things as far as Russia collusion, the prostitutes peeing on them, and all that kind of stuff.
go in the
those were the reports. Those were the reports, and it came out that that didn't happen. That's what it came out to be. So we're gonna cover it fairly accordingly. But man, go ahead, Free.
A lot of times you got to remember when people say they have evidence of stuff and pictures or list of things, and they don't put it out. A lot of times they don't put it out because either they are part of that list, or somebody closely connected to them are part of that's on that list. So it might not be Trump that's on the list, but it might be somebody that's closely connected to Trump that's on the list, and so he don't want to expose them. So he say he got the list, but he don't want to put it out there because he looked at the list and realized, oh shit, this dude is on the goddamn list, and he's closely connected to me.
Man, fuck. I say you ran on transparency and honesty. That's what you ran on. An individual like myself believed you. Now, when it's time for you to stand up and be a man of your word, you ain't nowhere to be found. And so we're gonna criticize you. We're gonna criticize the shit out you if you know where to be found. It is what it is. I don't give a damn who on the list. No, I don't give a damn because no, my brother D Free ain't on the list. My brother D Ray ain't on the list. My brother Marky Dan ain't on the list. So if you
and my brother Dub Right Side ain't on the list.
I ain't never gonna be on that list. If you friends with an individual that's on the list, don't protect them. No, call them out. If D Free, and I'm using you as a in this situation as an example. If Free is on the list, Free my brother. Free know I love him. I got respect for Free. D Ray, you my brother. I love you. I got respect for you. Marky, my brother. I got respect for you. If any of y'all on the list, guess what I'm gonna do? If you a pedophile, you a pedophile. If you engaging with individuals that are underage, you out of order. You out of order. And get what I'm gonna tell you. First off, I'm gonna call you first and tell you out of order. And then if the police come ask me anything about it, well, he out of order. Go look at this right here. He out of order. You ain't supposed to be doing that shit. I'm not here to defend y'all. Y'all don't need my defense. If you a man about yours and you in order, then it is what it is. But when you get out of order and you're dealing with children, we not defending that around here. I stand on moral and principles. Me personally, I think one of the reasons I fuck with y'all is because I think all y'all do as well. That ain't what we seeing right now. We ain't seeing that from Trump. We got my brother in the building, man. The OG is in the building. Salute to the OG. And y'all make sure y'all go sub to my brother's channel. We got Bruce Jazz, Boxing Jazz, and more. Shout out to the great one. Now, I got to say this real quick before I let my brother cook. If you want to get some good weed, if you want to smoke that good loud, y'all hit my brother Bruce Gas up, man. Bruce, man, welcome to the show. Thank you for pulling up. You know I ain't got nothing but love and respect for you. Give me your opening statements, my brother.
I just come up here to give Marky Dan a little tag team action because I think he's getting outnumbered here, and I think Donald Trump is crippling this country. And now that he's got this little rift, this little spat going on with Elon Musk, I think we're going to see a lot of things happening. I think that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think Musk has a lot of shit on Trump and vice versa, and they're going to be throwing baseballs back and forth. But whatever you guys want to talk about Trump, I'm pretty knowledgeable, and I'm right in there. You want to talk about the war in Ukraine? You want to talk about the tariffs? You want to just talk about the Dodge? Whatever, whatever the subject may be, I'm over here for the left.
Well, real quick, Marky, I want to ask, do we have, because I want to get into the tariffs as well. Marky, do we have financial literacy, brother? Do we have? Is he in order right now? Marky, are you there?
Yeah, I can go ahead now.
We can't. You're breaking up. We can barely hear you.
Hold on, let me see if I come back
Can
in.
y'all
Can you hear
hear
me
him?
now?
Is it me? Can y'all hear him?
That Walmart mic is making it real tough.
Yeah, his mic is yeah.
Okay, he left.
Salute, Bruce.
He'll be back. But well, we'll get into all of it. Let me ask this question right here. I don't want to stand. Well, I ain't got no problem staying on the Epstein thing because that's my passion. Me personally, I ain't got respect for pedo. I ain't got respect for him. Me personally. Here we go. We got Marky back. Hold on. Let me see. Marky, are you there? You
Can you
on
hear me
mute?
now?
You breaking it? We can barely hear you. Barely. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear him better than I can.
No, I
Go
can't.
ahead. Go ahead. Let me get myself in order. Go ahead, though.
We can't hear you, man. Damn.
Yeah, he got the static in the
Yeah,
cracker
I
going.
can't hear him. I think Marky might be part of that list.
Hey man, don't put that
Oh,
jacket on now, homie.
we not going. Hold on. You out of order, dude. Hold on. You out of order, be free. You out of order. We not putting no jacket on that brother like that. We ain't putting no jacket on that brother. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, I'm good now. Go ahead.
You crispy. You crispy. Do we have the because we get into the tariff conversation? Is the great brother ready? Is he ready to pull up?
No, he ain't responding. That's okay. Let's keep going.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I want to get into the tariffs a little bit. And matter of fact, I'm glad that I have the panel that we have up here. Marky, I'm gonna come to you first. Going to Bruce Gas next. Going to Free, then going to D Ray. Um, as far as tariffs go, what's your thoughts on it? And do you think it's good for the country? Do you think it's bad for the country? And break down your opinion on the tariffs. We start with Marky. We're going to Bruce Gas. We're going to D Free. Then we're going to D Ray. And I'll be last in the conversation.
Yeah, I think tariffs are stupid. Um, I think if you were gonna do it, at least well, actually, I don't think tariffs in themselves are stupid, but if you're gonna do it, I would prefer if it had been done in a targeted way against China or somewhere like Qatar, which is funding Hamas, which you like to say that you're against, but hey, it is what it is. But he decided to do this in a blanket way against countries that really have done us no harm. Other than a trade deficit, other than us having a trade deficit, which is not inherently a bad thing. Okay, because we want those things that we're getting from those places, and those places do not need some of the things that we're getting from over that do not need some of the things from over here. Okay, we don't sell anything for them. Everything over here is so damn expensive because we have labor laws. They're talking about if Trump he said and I don't buy it because he already went ahead and repealed it once. but or excuse me, he already went ahead and what do you call it? He already went ahead and postponed the tariffs once. He was talking about putting a 25% tax on Samsung and iPhone, because he says, quote unquote, I want to build factories over here and bring back jobs. It's a lie. It's all a lie. Okay, these factories, first off, they would if they had any workers, it would be too damn expensive to make the phones. They're talking about this would be it would iPhones will go up to $3,500 off of these tariffs. Okay, and and because we would be building them over here, and we have all type of labor laws and regulations. Whereas over there in China and India, they just got slave labor. They could just pay people $2 an hour to work 16 hours a day. So it's cheaper to build it over there. But the problem is, again, I don't have a problem with tariffs, but if you're going to do such blanket tariffs like that on iPhones, okay, and make sure that the factories or the things that the businesses over here that they need to survive, such as rubber, which again we can't make over here, which we can't produce over here, or coffee beans, we can't produce that over here, or vanilla, we can't produce that over here. Make sure, but hey, make sure new supply chains have been made before you close them off to the businesses over here, because now they're screwed. Now they have to pay either huge tariffs, which many of them can't afford. Like a lot of businesses are already on the edge, and this is good. Anyways, man, July 30th. Hopefully, we have that show. We're gonna be doing the second quarter GDP report. That's gonna be Trump's report card. But this tariff policy, I don't think it's been good thus far. I don't think it. Yeah, and I think it's going to be destructive to the United States in the future. Good.
My brother Bruce Gas, man, go ahead.
All right, Dave. Well, tariffs, as I know them, they're made to offset prices. If there's a cheap foreign goods coming in here and we can't sell our products, then we impose a tariff to kind of even up the prices a little bit. But now with this administration, all these yes men, the Department of Commerce is this cat named Howard Lutnick, and he's shaky from the word go. I mean, this guy was he was supposed to be in the World Trade Center when he got hit. Conveniently, wasn't there. But anyway, he we're putting tariffs on things that we need in this country, like lumber from Canada, fuel. Just it's like a blanket tariff, and it's unfair. All it's going to do, if something is tariffed 50%, it's going to get passed down. The consumer is going to end up paying more on it. Walmart's prices are already going up in anticipation of it. I mean, it's a fucked up thing, but like I said earlier, he's surrounded by yes men and big business leaders, and they don't understand how it's going to affect the consumer. They just look at the bottom line, and Musk is the same way. I mean, the whole administration's like that. But tariffs as they stand now, they're going to economically cripple a lot of people, and I think they're a very, very bad idea the way that they're set up now.
So you real quick. So we got Marky and Bruce. I think both of y'all disagree with the tariffs, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I ain't got no problem with it. Free, what you got on the tariffs?
What's the original question?
The tariffs that Trump has put on the different countries. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh no, I agree with Marky. Before you go doing things like that, you gotta make sure that we have other sources to be able to get the things that we need. Because when you do things like that and we don't have other sources to get what we need, now you put us in a bind as well. So I mean, Trump is trying to do a whole lot of things, so it looks like he's doing everything that he says he's going to do, but it looks like a bunch of confusion. Like you doing this, you doing that, you doing this, you doing that, but then you got to go back and correct this because this person messed up or you didn't get the research on this. So it's just like a whole bunch of things being done, or he's trying to stay true to what he said he want to do, or he's just trying to change things to what he wants it to be done, the way he wants it to be done, and you're not doing research, and you're not putting the United States in a better situation. You're making it harder for the United States. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff that he's doing. And like I said, it's not very much stuff that Trump is doing that I agree with. There's a couple of things that he did that I'm not upset about, but it's not a whole bunch of things that he's doing right now that I agree with. So I don't know what he's doing. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of business that Trump has started, they failed. He's not a real good businessman for the most part. So is he having the same problems as being a president as he had as an actual businessman? So I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do or who he has in place giving him the information that he's getting.
My brother D-Ray, go ahead with the tariffs. What you got on it?
Thank you, bro. First off, we got a thing called checks and balances, or we used to in this country, right? And so that basically, when it comes to these tariffs, bro, hold on. When it comes to these tariffs, that's supposed to be Congress' job, bro. You know, so they supposed to step up and say, "Hey, man, this ain't your work, bro. This is our work." You know, so and then I think that the brother Free brought up a great point. If the man done been bankrupt 4 times, now he trying to bankrupt the biggest economy in the world, man. That's ridiculous, bro. But I do think that a judge has stopped the latest round of tariffs on him.
He's been
So
bankrupted 6 times, brother. Good.
you say what?
Hold
No,
on,
I
no.
said he's been
Hold on, let
bankrupted
the
six
brother hold
times.
on, hold on, let the brother finish. Let him finish. You ain't gotta cut him off.
Yeah, well, I was trying, man, but he said something, so I figured it was important. I wanted to hear what he had to say. But
Absolutely.
and go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
Hey, man, I yield, bro. Go ahead, Marky Dan, kick, bro.
Here we go. Here we
No,
go.
no, no, no. I was just no, I was agreeing with you. I was just supporting your point. I was saying you said he had four bankruptcies. He's had six. One of them he managed to bankrupt a casino, which many people thought were impossible. So I don't
Oh,
really understand where people say this man gets his business acumen from.
Well, when I
right
start
now,
talking, y'all when I start talking, y'all shut the fuck. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Now,
want
now
order.
when I
I
start
got I
calling
got
you
something for
certain names, you're
everybody.
not gonna like it.
I ain't call you no name.
You disrespecting the right side respectfully. Go ahead.
I know. I said when I started cooking, just shut the hell up. That's all I said. Shout out to my brother
They
Peter
might
Bun.
not like my delivery.
Real quick, D-Ray, you got anything else on tariffs?
No, bro, go ahead.
And look, man, real quick, before I get my bars off, I got my brother Peter in the building. I got my brother Rodzilla in the building. So I'm gonna let them cook for a second. Peter, welcome to the show. Um, we done talked about a lot of topics, so we on tariffs right now. I don't know if that's what you looking to start your conversation with, but welcome to the show. Give me your opening statements.
Thanks, Dub. Good evening, gentlemen.
Shout out to you, my
Uh,
brother.
did I thought Trump sucked his dorsal fin in on those Chinese tariffs? He kind of had to, and they went back to the way things were, to the way because when Trump raised tariffs before, Joe Biden didn't bring them down. He left them where they were, and Trump got in there and he thought he was going to raise tariffs up, but then he had to back off on that. And I think he put a 10% tariff. It was like an over the board 10% tariff on stuff, but it isn't going to make any difference anyway. And the reason being is because uh, we're a service economy. If they're going to invite manufacturing back, that's one thing. But right now we're 75% service economy. We just got our credit rating lowered to AA. So, I mean, we're a consumer. This economy is a consumer. We take more in than we give out. That's just the way it is. I mean, we buy more stuff than there is to, than we manufacture. So, uh, as far as the economy goes, I don't know. I don't know where this thing is going. I do know that Wall Street was going pretty crazy today. But and my Bitcoin, hell, my Bitcoin's killing it. But as far as international trade goes, we're the biggest terrorist nation in the world, man. We're out there fighting with everybody all the time. We got how many wars going now? It's the craziest thing I ever seen, man. We're right on the verge of a doggone nuclear war. They just attacked 5 nuclear air force bases in Russia, and we're a proxy, and we had a treaty with them. We had the START treaty with them. That means if somebody because our planes are out in the open too, just like Russia's were. That means if somebody attacked Russia, we were supposed to stand with them. Instead, we got a proxy war going over there. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know what these people are doing out there in Washington, but kind of makes me nervous.
Quick
Hold
question.
on,
Peter
real
Von
quick,
Arx, you're
hold on, real quick, Marky. Let Rodzilla get his bars off, and then you can ask whatever question you want to. Um, Shout out to my brother Rodzilla in the building. Rod, man, go ahead, get your bars off. Give me your opening statements, my brother. You're on mute. Rodzilla, are you there? All right, we're gonna come back to you, Rod.
it was
Go.
just a very brief question for Peter because Peter Von Arx is I like to call him an old man. I love him to death. He's an elder. Peter Von Arx, in your lifetime, I assume you probably lived through the Cold War, through the Cuban Missile Crisis, through JFK getting shot, all that stuff. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen a time in your life where the United States is considered the bad guy around the entire
Oh,
world?
well, that's because we held all the cards monetarily. But yeah, do you think the Koreans like us that much? You think the North Koreans like us that much? Koreans like us that much? No. I mean, you take for instance what Trump did with Mertz the other day. He just admitted we blew their pipeline. They got to pay more to buy gas from us. When Angela Merkel went over there and got on her knees in front of Putin and said, "Build us a pipeline," and they were making, we ruined Europe. The United States ruined Europe. They're going to ruin us. It's only a matter of time now. Power shifting, man. I mean, look at the United Nations the other day. We were the only ones that voted for more genocide. Come on, it's crazy. It's insane.
Let me
There ain't one guy on this panel that thinks killing innocent people, civilians with bombs is a good idea. But these people are not like us, man. We're not in that club. You know what I'm saying?
let me get my brother Rodzilla in the building. Rod, I see you came on. Are you there?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. You
Yes, sir.
crispy, baby. Go ahead. Get your
Dub,
opening
salute
statement.
to the panel.
Much love.
Um, I'm my bad, bro. I've been kind of in and out because I'm on daddy duty tonight too. But
Shout out to the great fathers, man. Shout out to the great fathers.
got to, bro. We matter, bro. We make the world turn. You know what I'm
You know how we do it.
saying? Man, as far as to market your question, bro, I feel like we live in a different time too, right? Because we've always had like propaganda here in the U.S., right? We've never truly been able to see how the world feels about us until like social media era. So like, who's to say the world even hates us right now, bro? That's
I
like I
mean, right now, right now, as a result of what Elon Musk and Trump is doing to foreign aid, just in this one area, 300,000 people have died. 200,000 of those people are children, and there's 103 people dying an hour from things like malaria and hunger and whatever other diseases they got out there in Africa. Okay, like no, like there's people around the world. Not only that, he embarrassed Zelensky, who is a hero, a global hero, who's struggling to keep his democracy alive against a Russian fascist autocrat.
Oh man.
And this dude always. I'm speaking facts, Tony. Excuse me, Peter Von Arx. I'm always speaking
Hold
facts.
on, wait a minute. Let Marky finish. Go ahead, finish
Yeah.
the statement.
Nah, this man lies. He lies and embarrasses us all the time, all over the world. And I don't even know if you want to go into that Christian component of this. I don't even know if you want to touch that.
Well, let's let Ryzilla and then Peter let them respond accordingly to what you said, and then we'll figure out where we go with the next topic. But Ryzilla, go ahead, and then we're going
Man,
to Peter next.
when I think of global heroes, man, I think of men like Eisenhower. Like, I'm not seeing Zelensky as a global hero, bro. Is he fighting for his country? Is he doing what he's supposed to do? Yes, but is he also begging for our aid and the aid of the UN? Yes, bro, he is. We gotta be real. We gotta keep it real, cause we can't just act like we can't. There's bad guys on both sides, bro. I don't condone killing kids, bro. I do not condone bombing kids. The foreign aid, I'm on the fence about it, bro. But
We
it's a,
started that war. United States started that war. John McCain and Lindsey Graham
Thank you,
went over there in
Peter.
2000.
I agree with you. I agree
John
with
McCain
you.
and Lindsey Graham
Hold
went
on,
over
hold
there
on,
and they started
hold
the
on.
Maidan.
We got to
The
do things the right. Hold on. And I say it respectfully, Peter. We got to do things the right way around here. So let
I don't think we started it, but we let it happen.
Let Ryzilla finish, then we come to you, Peter.
No,
Let,
no,
here,
Peter, you good, bro. No, but he got a point though. For real, I feel like we had kind of allowed it to happen, but at the time, who? Never mind. Go ahead, cook, Peter.
go ahead, Peter.
CIA's got 20 bases over there. We only had when we were in Vietnam, we only had 15 or 13. We got 20 they had 20 bases in Ukraine. Ukraine's got the largest army in Europe. And where do you think they got trained? Well, some of them got trained right here in North Carolina. A lot of them got trained in Great Britain. We trained them all. And when 2014 came along, and Victoria Nuland and CIA and the Endowment for Democracy organizations got over there, which is nothing but covert, clandestine PSYOP organizations, got in there. They, pulled that coup off in 2014. Got Yanukovych out of there, put Poroshenko in there, and then they put a little television show on for the Ukrainians and had Jaime, what's his name, Zelensky, and then they got him elected. The guy's an idiot. Uh, they got a bunch of Azov Nazis over there, and I'm telling you right now, they're not going to win. They ain't going to win, and if they keep screwing around, they'll take all of it. I had a friend that was fighting with Vostok over there in Donetsk. He's dead now. He got killed by a couple of Russian dissidents when he was reporting for Sputnik. But he told me, he said, he told me a lot of things, but one thing he did tell me was that Putin's probably going to end up going to the Polish border. And you notice today when they hit out to Lviv out there in the west, the Polish didn't put those F-15s up or F-16s up in the air. Normally they would, but they didn't today because they know it's coming. I'll be surprised if Zelensky makes it by to the end of the year, because they changed the war from a special military operation to a terrorist. Now they're considering that regime there terrorists. See, and that's what Lavrov called up Rubio early in the morning,
Real quick, I
and he
gotta ask
told
this
him.
question, Peter. Peter, I gotta ask this question because I think you have more knowledge.
I want to respond
Hold
to
on, hold
Peter
on,
after.
wait a minute, wait a minute.
You
I
good,
think,
Dub? Go ahead. I was just saying, golly, go ahead.
Peter, I think you have more knowledge than a lot of us have as far as the war over in Ukraine, how that's all playing out. I think you have more knowledge than it. So my question is this: in your personal opinion, do you think because I let me give you my opinion. I think that Trump has handled it better than Biden did, but I think both of them have it's a clusterfuck. It's a clusterfuck. In
Yeah,
my opinion.
you ain't a kidding. Yep.
It's a clusterfuck. So I think the way that this is my opinion, but I want your opinion, which you having the knowledge you have. My opinion is somebody got to give something up, and I think Ukraine is going to be the individual who's going to have to give something up. I think they're going to have to give something to stop this war. And I don't know if Zelensky is willing to do it. I don't think that Putin is going to take anything less than taking the Donbass, the different territories. I don't know which one. I ain't that smart. You smarter than me. What's your thoughts on how do you end this war in Ukraine right now, in your personal opinion?
If it was me, I'd pull all my. Well, how would I end it? I'd bring all my Ukrainian troops back to the other side of the Dnieper River, and I'd start negotiating right now before they take Odessa, because inevitably they're going to take Odessa, and that's going to landlock them. They're not going to have any access to the Black Sea then, and then they're landlocked.
Do you think?
They could make a deal. Trump could make a deal right now if he was smart, but he's trying to stay out of it. You heard him the other day. Let them fight. Maybe they got to fight some more. Let them fight. No, I wouldn't do that.
Do you think that? And I'm glad you said that. Do you think that outside of the Ukraine giving up territory, is there a chance? And I think you said it perfectly. I don't think there's a chance that Ukraine beats Russia in any war. In the war that they have going on right now, I don't think there's a chance for Ukraine. My question is outside of giving up territories, do you see any other solution for Ukraine and Russia? Do you see any other solution outside of giving up territory?
Nope.
Neither.
No, because those territories, Donetsk, Kherson, Zaporizhia, and Donetsk, they already voted. They themselves voted, so they're not. Russia's going to keep that. And they had 12-point deal over there in Istanbul, and they didn't even want to discuss it because of that attack into their airfields. That was really bad. United States made a major blunder right there, because we had a treaty with them. Our planes, that was, I'll tell you what, man, that one there, I thought, holy shit, you guys are crazy, man. I mean, that's the craziest thing about because who would make a treaty with somebody who breaks a treaty all the time? I mean, every treaty we make, we break. It's like Kissinger said, to be an enemy of the United States is dangerous. To be a friend is lethal. It's fatal. He wasn't shitting. This country lies about everything. We lie about every fucking thing, and then we expect the world to bow down and take our arrogance and point the finger. I guarantee you, if any of us were sitting here shooting the shit with Russian people right now, they'd be down home and we'd be drinking vodka and raising hell. But these guys in power, I have no idea what's going through their heads. And I wouldn't let them on my porch. I wouldn't let any of these guys in my house. I don't care if Donald fucking Trump came to my back door and it was raining out and he said you need an umbrella. I don't care. These people are sociopaths. They're psychopathic, man. They're crazy.
When you're talking about real quick, when you're talking about the psychopaths, and I agree with you when you're speaking on it, and I just want to clarify. We're talking about the military industrial complex, Washington. Whether I don't give a damn if you a Republican or a Democrat. We're talking about these individuals who are supposedly in power being psychopaths and looking for war and making money off of it, making money off of warmongering, right? I think it's one of the sickest things I've ever seen, and I'm 38 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't seen everything. But ever since I've been growing up, I remember hearing about neocons. I remember when the Democratic Party was the party of anti-war. Now it seems like both parties, Trump want to tell me that these individuals on the Republican side, they don't want war. Well, that ain't what we're seeing. We're not seeing it. And I said earlier, we got to hold you accountable for the words that you said and the things that you campaigned on. An individual like myself who voted for you, we got to hold you accountable. And it doesn't seem like you looking to stop war. One thing that you ran on is that, hey, I'm going to stop this war in the first weeks of my presidency. Well, you ain't stopped it yet. You ain't did none of it. And
I
now,
know.
shout out to Marky Dan. Marky Dan said something that was really interesting to me when he brought up, and this is going into a different situation, but it's still in war. Now we're hearing that you looking to, and Marky, I would ask, I know I cut you off, I apologize to you, but I would ask for you to break down um, the whole situation with let me make sure Yemen, the Houthis, and I was critical. I was critical of Barack Obama when he was dropping bombs, not necessarily agreed to or advised by Congress, right? But still dropping bombs over there. I was critical of him. Now Trump is doing the same thing. He's doing the exact same thing. And I got to be critical. If I'm going to be critical of one, I'm going to be critical of the other. And I think this is ridiculous what Trump got going on as far as dropping. Go ahead, Marky, break that down. Then I want to bring everybody back into it. But go ahead, Marky, break that
Well,
situation down.
yeah, I want to comment on all those things, especially on the Ukraine war. And compared to some of the things you said, but specifically that situation, a Pentagon spokesman and I believe the man that was standing next to him was an admiral. He was in he was in his army he was in his army camouflage fatigues, and he basically said that they are officially declaring war on Yemen. Before, I guess it was just a special military operation, like the big powers like to say. Now they officially declared war.
Can
And
the
they've been
executive,
bombing.
hold on, Marky, can the executive branch declare war on anybody without Congress?
My
Well,
understanding, no. You have to go to Congress and you have to get and they have to draft a declaration of war. They have to vote on it. Then the president signs it. That's my understanding.
Mine
no,
too.
you
Go
can't.
ahead.
War Powers Act. War Powers Act.
Say it again. Say it again, Peter.
It's called the War Powers Act. Gives the
So
president the authority to go ahead and act without Congress. You
that's
know,
Well,
ridiculous.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
In this case,
ridiculous.
but if I could continue, yeah,
So,
because Peter, what Peter says is true because this man was saying that since 2003, the Houthis have attacked the U.S. Navy 147 times, and so now they're using that as basically the pretext. And he said it himself: we are going to inflict as much death and damage as possible to achieve our final objective. And he says this is not about regime change, so they just plan to go in there, kill all these people, and then get up out of there. And then from what I've been seeing, they haven't been doing a good job at it. Like the articles I've been reading, they said the Navy has actually been stifled by the Houthis, and that for all the ordnance they've been dropping, they haven't really been killing many people or many Houthis. And then to go to the other side, to go to the to East Africa, um or really the same area. Somalia is in a brutal civil war with Al Shabaab, an Al Qaeda backed Islamic State group. Um right now they have the capital of Somalia surrounded. They basically have it under siege. Government forces, they cannot get there to relieve them. Um so what's gonna happen is Trump has decided we're gonna bomb the hell out of these rebels, which I mean, go ahead. I mean, you putting young airmen's lives at risk. Oh no, actually they said that there were going to be ground elements to this operation. I'm going to post the link to the live to the press conference because for whatever reason, not too many people are reporting on this yet, which I find very surprising. But this is directly from the horse's mouth.
Hey, Marky,
Yo,
how are you dating a world side girl?
what you say?
heard you was dating a roadside girl, man.
I
Oh,
hear you, a fat
Hold
bastard.
on, man. You out of order, man. You out of order,
my
big
bad.
Will. You out of order. Wait a minute, man. We having real political conversation
My
right now.
bad, my bad. I had to come up and fool with Mark,
No,
man.
no, we ain't damn all that, man. Hey, you know,
Hey, 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 man.
I'll tell you this behind the scenes. Like, hey,
You gotta be
that's
reaching
my
for
And,
my
and I
waist,
and
man.
I wasn't
well.
done.
Hey,
When you
reach,
done,
reach for
Cash Out, I
yours
wasn't
as
done.
much as you want to. I'm pulling out before you will. I'm gonna shoot the shit out anyway. Listen,
What that
listen.
boy, what that boy Drake said, you gotta be reaching for my waist, man.
Hey, man, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. All I'm asking is, and BJ, I want your opinion on it. Then I want to pass it around. I got to get my brother Peter back in
Well,
here.
no, I wasn't done. Come on, man. Y'all cut
Oh,
me
my
off
bad.
and took the mic. I
My
We
didn't get a
tired
chance
of
apologies.
to
you,
talk about
man.
Ukraine.
No. My apologies. Go
This
ahead.
my
Finish.
show, bastard. Get up out of here.
Hey, BJ, just be in order. We ain't got to do all of that.
Okay, well,
Hey,
I'll be in
I'm
order.
on your
My
side.
bad, I'm in order. I'm in order.
Hey, I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
I'm back in order.
Go ahead, Marky. Finish your point.
Yeah, then something else I wanted to say. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with Ukraine this coming summer all the way to the end of 2026. I've been hearing these estimates that Ukraine was going to be conquered within weeks. Then it became within several months. Then it became they would be conquered by the end of 2023 or the end of 2024. So these people have held true. They've held resilient. Not only that, they've reshifted their strategy. They're using drones. For every 10 drones, they kill 115 Russians, and they basically destroyed or disabled Russia's ability to use their tanks and armor. You just saw the raid they had on, which even though Russian Air Force planes have not been used too much in the war itself, that's still a big blow to have Ukrainian drones destroying Russian military equipment that deep into their territory on their air bases. So we're gonna
Yeah, I
Marky.
have
see.
a
I'm
question
not
for
finished,
you,
Dub.
Wait a
Marky.
minute.
I'm really not
Wait a
finished.
minute.
I'm really
Wait a
not
minute.
finished. Please, like
Well,
I'm really not.
I know you're
Like
not finished.
I'll be done in a second. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Finish your point. I apologize to you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. No, and you see, I lose my train of thought, man. Like this is why, though. Please just let me finish, please. Please. But um, right. I was saying this summer the Russians they've already amassed 50,000 motorized infantry troops. They're going to try and they're already preparing for their summer offensive this year. We're going to see how much ground they can take before the end of this summer. They're talking about they want to have the Odessa region by the beginning of 2026. So that will be the mark line. That's going to be what I judge the success of their campaign as, respectfully. And then one more point I wanted to make. I heard Dub say that he feels that Trump is handling this war better. I don't understand how we could say that. This man constantly lies and floats misinformation about the war, saying things like Ukraine started the war, which is just bullcrap. Russia invaded this country and they're defending themselves. On top of the fact, I also heard the other brother say that he feels President Eisenhower is a hero. And listen, I respect President Eisenhower. I mean, he was the supreme commander of the Allied forces in Europe, but he had the United States of America under him. He had the greatest military force in the world under him. On top of the fact he had the Russians pushing from the Germans' east flank. Zelensky is by himself in his country, and they're putting up this fight the best they can. And I hear all this crap about he's a Nazi. I mean, what I know is he is a democratically elected leader of his country. And when his people go to the voting booth, they don't have to go to the voting booth with soldiers walking them there with guns at their back. Okay? They do that in Russia. Yeah, from what I've seen, they don't do that in Ukraine. So I look at Zelensky personally as a hero. This man has decided to stay right where he is and fight it out with his people. What his family is still living over there in Ukraine. If that country goes down, it seems like he's going down with it. And from what I've seen most times, most of these goddamn politicians don't have those type of balls.
Should
The
we,
president
Marky?
of Afghanistan, he got right the hell up out of there. He wasn't staying around for none of that.
He wasn't staying around to encourage no troops. He got right the hell up
The
out of
whole
there when he
army
heard the
left.
U.S. was
Everybody
leaving.
left Afghanistan. Even the army left.
No, exactly. But no, he didn't fight for his country, is what I'm saying. He didn't fight for his country.
Marky, I gotta ask this question. And
Hello.
Now we got you, Piero. I got you. I gotta ask you, and we gotta get BDO in here. We gotta get Rodzilla back in here. Gotta get Peter. We gotta get man. It's a lot of individuals. I just gotta ask this question, Marky. I hear the passion. I hear it. Should the United States be supporting Ukraine right now?
I think so. I think we owe it to them. Wait.
Why?
What was your question? What was your question? I apologize.
Should we be supporting Ukraine? It ain't hard, brother.
Absolutely.
No.
This goes all the way back. Well, again, brother, this is my opinion. You can respond to it after. But this goes all the way back. Ukraine gave up their nuclear weapons after the fall of the Soviet Union. Specifically, yes, and we made an agreement that we would arm them so that they could protect themselves specifically against Russian incursions. And now it's just like, well, you no longer have any value to us. I mean, that whole missile situation. I mean, we already got your nukes. I mean, yeah, too bad, buddy. It's basically like we jacked them. They should have kept their nukes.
Well,
they would have been a far better situation.
Go ahead, BDO.
It's a tough thing because when you talk about Ukraine, people don't realize that Kiev was actually the capital of Russia at one time. So the whole reason we're even involved is because American forces are the ones that ran out the Russian people that were running the Ukraine, and now we kind of bought ourselves a headache that we gotta tend to because we tried to come between Ukraine and Russia. Us coming into Ukraine is like if somebody was to bother Puerto Rico or Alaska. You know what I mean? That's our land. Whether people agree with it or not, it's ours. And I think no matter what it goes, as an American, you're going to say stop, because when you go to some of these countries, like you go to Jerusalem, I've been blessed to see them. These places are metropolises, man, compared to America, where you got potholes, streets are horrible, taxes through the roof. We don't spend our money in America. We don't have enough programs for men, for women and children. You realize that 51% of all black men are unemployed from 25 to 36? I mean, from 25 to 54? They said 51% are unemployed. Where are the trade programs? Where are the things to help you pull yourself out of these things? Dr. King said it best, man. If you don't give somebody economic base, man, how can they do better? How you expect these kids not to shoot each other if they don't have nothing to do? You realize that we have a plumber shortage? We need 10,000 plumbers each and every day. We got plumbers retiring faster than we can replace them. But for some reason, we don't got vocations in the schools, man. So I mean, that's why you see that, Mark. People don't give a damn about Ukraine because they worried about their own lives, man. It's not unreasonable. People struggling here, man. People tired of eating hot dogs and ramen noodles, man. They want to eat good too. We sent them $75 billion will end homelessness in America, and we sent them over $300 billion. Where's our money going, man?
Well, BVO, in their big beautiful bill, they're about to cut $300 million from SNAP and food stamps.
That bill is not going to pass. You know it, man.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. But do you know for a fact that it won't?
You know why I know it won't? Because they got constituents that they got constituents.
Wait a minute, y'all out of order.
No, we're having a good discourse. Let it go, Doug. Come on, man.
Oh, my bad, Doug. My bad.
No, you out of order. And the reason you out of order, no, BBL, you in order. You in order. Marky out of order. Because I got other individuals who got to get in. We got to let everybody get in.
You and Tony were talking for such a long time on Ukraine. I just asked the man one question. Come on, Doug. That's why I get out of order.
Bro, you when we was asking where is Marky there, you weren't even available at the time, nigga. Stop it. We're not doing that.
Man, whatever. Go ahead, Dub. Go ahead, BBO.
Let me get my brother real quick. Let me get my brother Piero in here, and then let me pass it around to the other individuals. Then we coming back to you, Mark. I got you. I told you.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, brother. We can hear you. Shout out to my brother Piero.
Hey, shout out to everybody on the panel. I just want to hop in. I was in the in the chat, my ass off, certain thing. But I had a in because like literally it bothers me when like literally people talk and they talk with confidence like they know what they're talking about.
Your mic out of order, man. Your mic out of order.
Yeah, mic is jacked up here.
Oh, mic is jacked up? I'm sorry. Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, that's
Hello?
better.
Okay, that's better? Okay. Yeah, I had to hop in and like, bruh, people like don't know what they're talking about should talk. The War Power Act did not give the president power to enact war without Congress. It actually took power away.
Yeah, mic is messed up, girl.
Can you hear me? All right, cool. No matter, man. Y'all got motherfuckers listening anyway. I'm dumb anyway.
No.
We was listening, bro. Your mic is messed up.
Man, he came in with the wrong energy anyway.
It sounded like he was in a basement, man.
Puro is my brother. I love
I
Puro.
know Puro.
He came in on some other shit.
Your mic was out of order. That's it.
You calling people dumbest, man. Come on.
When Mark and Mike was out of order, I called Mark out of order. If BBO Mike out of order, I called BBO out of order.
Man, you out of order. Let the people talk. Come on, go ahead.
Dub, you
how we gonna let somebody talk when we can't hear what they saying?
I could hear what he was saying. Right. In that case, you broke up me and BVO's discourse to let this nigga you can't even hear talk. That makes sense, Dub, right?
Go ahead, Rozilla, man. It's on you, man. Go ahead, Rozilla.
You asked a question, bro. You said, "Do we have an obligation to protect Ukraine?" You said in this war. Is that what you said?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Do we have any obligation to Ukraine? Do we have an obligation to Ukraine?
No,
Marky said yes.
I don't believe so, man. And one, because I feel like we've helped them enough, bro. We've helped them enough. We've gave them a lot of bread, bro. We knew when this war started they had no chance of winning, and then it's just been getting dragged out right now, man. And I got a question, really, and it's for Peter, because I feel like he'll know like what's well, I'm sure any of y'all know. Was Russia ever offered a spot in NATO?
Putin tried to. He asked George H.W. Bush, not G.W., but George H. A long time ago, he asked to be in NATO, and George Bush said, "Hey, that'd be a good idea," until he talked to his handlers, and they said, "No, we don't want Russia in there." They always planned on splitting up Russia. I mean, look at the size of Russia. Jeez, it's damn near a continent in itself. They don't need anything from us. I mean, they've got all the minerals, they've got all the oil, they've got everything that they need, and they can do business with 65% of the world. What do they need with the USA? What did our sanctions do? Nothing. What did they do? Develop new trade routes that can't be sanctioned. I mean, global power shifting. United States, these guys in Washington haven't figured it out yet. BRICS GDP is over G7 GDP. We're getting beat to the punch, and they're going to move around us if we don't get friendly relations and trade with no foreign entanglements and start doing business like fucking adults.
So let me ask this, Peter. I got to ask this question. I know, hey, outside of, and we done had the conversation, and we getting ready to shut this thing down in a second, but outside of Trump, I think that looking to do business and for trade deals, right? Not letting individuals take advantage of the United States in trade. I think that's what Trump's specialty is. You know what I'm saying? I think his specialty is global politics and trade deals. I think that's his specialty.
Yeah, I don't think he wants war. I just think he doesn't know how to get out of it because of the bureaucracy out in D.C., out in Washington. The military-industrial complex and the Pentagon run this deal, man. I mean, he should have cut the weaponry and the money to Ukraine a long time ago. He should have told Elon Musk, "Hey, look, knock Starlink out," and they'd have been dead in the water because Ukraine can't fight without us. NATO can't fight without us.
And that's my whole problem with all of it. This is my problem with all of it. My problem
Yeah.
is, and one of the things that I always said, one of the reasons I like Trump is because I thought, and I was wrong about it. I'm wrong, and I ain't got no problem saying I'm wrong. I thought that he would come in and say, "Man, we not supporting this shit no more. We not doing it," and he came in and doubled down on it.
I
He doubled
know.
down on
I know. I'm as pissed as you are because I voted for that prick too. And who did he put in? Hegseth. There's an idiot right there. He should be on a newscasting program instead of being the Secretary of Defense. And then you got Rubio, another man. All those guys need to get over there and hump the wall. You know, they
it.
need to
Listen,
get over there and put their little beanies on and hump the wall, man.
man,
You
listen,
know,
listen, listen, listen. Hey, Peter, hire me because I believe and I don't know nearly as much as they know about this shit. I know that I can do this thing simply, and I can say, you know what? We're not supporting this. We're not supporting this. If y'all got war going on over there, that's what y'all got going on. We're gonna protect ourselves, and we're gonna invest in this country. We're not gonna invest in anything y'all got going on. Damn, and I'm a country boy, but at the same time, we got the second biggest Air Force base in the country. You know what I'm saying? I came up
right.
around the military. I done seen individuals that are working with the military industrial complex. You know what I'm saying? And doing a fantastic job. I ain't got no problem with it. I got a problem with us supporting the military
Yeah.
industrial complex. That's my problem. And I think I can do a better job than some of these guys are doing. And
Oh,
the only
yeah. Yes, you could fall out of bed and bump your head and do a better job. Any
and
one of us on this panel could. Any one of us on this panel could. These people are
the,
crazy.
the only way I can do a better job is by saying, guess what? We're not gonna put any money into none of that. Matter of fact, the money we've been spending on this right here, no, we're gonna invest it back into the country.
Yep.
And we're gonna spend the money here, and we're not gonna give these individual money. And if you're in Congress, if you're voting for this shit, we vote you out.
Yep.
Vote
Take
their
care of
ass
our
out.
own, man.
Vote their
Take care
ass
of
out.
our own. You know?
Stop with this nonsense. And me personally, people call me an isolationist. They say, "Oh, you want to be out?" Nah, I want to focus on the country before I focus on any other country. That's what I want to do. Me personally.
Hey, Dub, I got to say something about that old boy that got up here and was talking about the War Powers Act. If you read the act, it says it's a resolution that limits the president's authority to deploy troops. It
Good.
doesn't say it stops him. It doesn't say he can't do it. It says it limits him. So he can only put so many troops in there, but that's what they do. Just like he can limit the amount of navy he puts in the Red Sea. He can limit the amount of air power he puts into Yemen. He can limit the amount of logistics and artillery that he gives to Ukraine. He can limit that. Trump could have stopped this shit. I'm telling you, he didn't do
Listen,
anything.
we ain't, and me personally, and this is why I always say, and Marky, he criticized me, say, you voted for the orange man. I did, absolutely. But now I'm
Yeah, me
criticizing
too.
you for being out of order. You're out of order, man. You said you're gonna do these things and you're not doing it. I'm on, man. I ain't sitting here and gonna be. No, you out of order.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did
see
a
All
no
lot.
he's
problem.
done, all he's done is put on a dress and put on some lipstick for Putin. This entire goddamn
There
presidency.
we go. Yeah, see,
That's all I've
and,
seen.
and, and that's the problem, Marky.
This
The
man.
problem
What do
is
you
it.
mean? That's the problem. You see, I don't
The
interrupt
problem
y'all,
the
man. I let
problem
y'all go for
is
such a long time, bro. This is what
that's
I'm talking
fine.
about.
That's
Then when I
fine.
get out of order, that is a big problem. You
No,
see?
no, no. I ain't got
You
no
see how
problem.
long? You see how quiet
Here
I
we
was?
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we
Yo,
go.
here you go.
Throw his
Can I
ass in the
finish,
back.
please, sir?
Go ahead, Marky.
Thank you, sir. Golly. Just
Fuck him. Fuck him. No, 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 no. Go ahead. Go ahead, Marky.
man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. You better stop playing with me. Okay? Firstly, And you see, I done lost my train of thought, man. Like for real, you fucking playing with me right now. You playing with me. You really fucking playing with me. Go ahead. No, I done lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it was Barack Obama that signed the START treaty with Russia. That was a good thing. Barack Obama did that. He signed the START treaty with Russia, which made all their nuclear bases put their aircraft out on the airfields. And we do the same thing here. You know, we do. Everybody in the United States, our airfields have all our bombers out on the airfield too, just like the Russians do. And the reason being is because when they can see by satellite that if those bombers start moving, the other side can get ready. And so they made the START treaty, and Barack Obama signed that treaty. And we should have. And when Ukraine hit that airfield, we should have came down on Ukraine for that shit, and we didn't. And they're a proxy. They're our proxy, man. That wasn't good. That was really not good.
Did
Well,
that
I mean,
happen
if
during
we had
Russia
Medvedev,
is bombing that.
if Medvedev would have been in there, he'd have nuked somebody. If it would have been anybody else than Putin, they'd have nuked it. Somebody would have got nuked.
Hold on, Peter. Go ahead, Mark. I want Marky, then Rod, then we going to D-Ray, we going to D-Free. Marky, jump in there, man. I apologize. I'm out of order. I was out of order.
Well, I thank you for that, my brother. I'll say this. God damn, I lose my train of thought so easily. But I'm in support. I don't think Trump was ever going to. I mean, this is what he's always done. He lies. It's bluster. Like my mom was talking to me about it the other day because my mom, she came up homeless, and she said she was an immigrant from Grenada, and she came up homeless at 18. But managed to educate herself and become a lawyer. And she told me she loved Donald Trump. She loved his attitude about how if you have an old ricky ticky car, rusty car in the back, you shine it up and make it look nice. I point to the front lot. And that's what his presidency is. He dressed it up. He made it look nice. I always admire his never say die fucking attitude. His attitude to never admit defeat, no matter what. And that's what you're seeing.
That's what your mama
Even
said.
when this man, what?
That's what your mama said.
Yeah, and my mother is a staunch Democrat. She hates Donald Trump, but she admits she came up loving him. She loved Donald Trump and his attitude towards business. However, this man, God damn it, Dub, I was on a roll. What was I about to say?
Damn, my bad, bro.
Your mom in the car.
What you say?
Your mom in the car.
No, but my mom, she always supports that attitude from Trump. But he has this never say die attitude, and the problem with him is he will never take any advice or excuse me, not even take any advice. He will just he's just a fucking liar. The man said he will get this war done in 1 day. Or no, he didn't even say he will get it done in 1. What he said? What he said, Peter? He said he'd get it done before he got in office.
Yeah.
What we've seen
One
since
day.
then is he has gotten in a dress, like I was saying before Dub Brightside out of orderly and illegally put me backstage. He has put on a dress, put on some lipstick for his man Putin, and has done nothing but bend over and dance for this man Putin. That's all he's done this entire presidency. But lie and placate Putin. And just until recently, now he wants to come out and say, oh, wow, I mean, he's bombing and killing a lot of people. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. He's been killing people for 3 years. What the hell is wrong with you?
Let me get.
Where
Hold
have
on.
you been, sir?
Let me get Rodzilla in here. Go ahead, Rod. And then we're going to D-Ray. Then we're going to D-Free. I apologize.
Oh no, no,
I haven't been a
I just
good
had a
host tonight.
question. It's all good, bro. I had a question. So that bombing that happened while they were having like active treaties or negotiations or
Russia was bombing them as well.
okay. I thought it was just one
And they're
sided like
currently
Ukraine
bombing
like
them, and they have 50,000 troops amassed in the Donbass region, about to surge into Ukraine. So yeah, they have the right to defend themselves. I don't agree with Peter on that either.
Oh yeah, well, Donetsk has
No, I was just asking
Donetsk
just
has
out
a
of
right to defend
curiosity. That's
themselves.
why.
I know a
No, no,
guy that
no.
was fighting in Donetsk. They were getting bombed by Ukraine, by Kiev for 10 years, right in the middle of town. Right in the middle of town, they drew the line 5 miles outside the town. In fact, he called me one time. I was talking to him on Telegraph. He says, the U-crops, that's what they call them, U-crop Nazis. He said they're 5 miles outside the town. He says, we're dug in. He says they can't get any farther, and that was a bunch of civilians doing it. And then they went
Real
ahead,
quick, Peter. Let
and
me,
got weaponry from the
Peter,
Russians.
real quick,
Uh,
Peter. I want to
I
ask this
know,
question.
can,
Hold on, Peter. I want to ask this question because you said something very interesting to me, and I've heard this narrative. I'm gonna say it's a narrative. I've heard that the individuals that are fighting in Ukraine, like you said, are Nazis.
not all of them.
Not I ain't saying all. I'm not saying all. Not all. Not all. Not all. But most. Um, they're Nazis and they're standing on a certain principle that I think the majority of individuals from the United States would disagree with. But I've heard that that's who we're supporting as far as sending money over there to that country. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, we're definitely sending money. We're sending weaponry, and we're running logistics for them. We're doing their intelligence. We got 20 CIA bases over there. That's more than we had in Vietnam. I mean,
Uh,
they've been setting this one up for a long time. A long time, even back in 2010. You got to remember back. Don't you remember back in 2010 when Putin went before the United Nations and he said we want a European security agreement?
I do.
And then it just kept escalating from there. They kept moving troops. Ukraine's got the largest army in Europe. We've trained them. They were trained in the USA and Great Britain.
Let me get
We trained them all.
hold on, Peter. Let me get Rozilla and then D Ray and D Free back in here. Rozilla, what you got for us?
Oh no, I went already, Dub. All I had was that question that Peter ended up answering and Marky ended up answering for me.
D Ray, what you got on this?
Man, it's been a long time,
It's
but
been
I
a
know.
long time coming, long time coming. But I
It's been a long
know.
time.
He said, but I keep my gun.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
you already
yeah.
know what it is. You already know. Hey, shout out to three, man. Shout out to Mo three, man. Shout out to Mo three.
For sure. Hey, check it out, bro. But I do think that somebody had brought up an interesting point earlier. Is when Ukraine agreed to give up their nuclear weapon, they also went into an agreement with security. And the lesson is when you give up your nukes, they coming for you, bro. Everybody who's giving up their nukes has been overthrown, right? Now, also, I wanted to, it's been so long, bro, since I got in here. So I just had, I wanted to say something about the deficit, though, when you're talking about those tariffs and those tax cuts, bro, and they add to the deficit. I don't think Trump said he was going to do all that. And then the other thing I was going to try to say was with Ukraine, Trump did enter into a rare earth minerals deal with them. So there is something that we're getting out of there. It's not just for Zelensky, I guess I could say, man. But go ahead, bro. I appreciate you letting me get a chance to chime in, though.
Nah, well,
That was the Budapest Agreement, and they never gave up those nukes. They weren't their nukes; they were Russian nukes, and the Russians had all the technology to run them. They weren't, and Ukraine had to give them back because they didn't know how to use them. That was the
Right,
Budapest Agreement.
but they did give it back on conditions, though, right?
No, they just gave them back because they didn't know what to do with them. What
I
are you
gotta
going to do with a nuke that you don't know how to use?
What was it? It was an agreement. Like it was a piece of paper, but it wasn't
Yeah,
actually like a deal itself. It was a memorandum.
It wasn't anything
Right.
solidified.
It was a
Like
memorandum.
Bush didn't actually sign a deal with Ukraine. So they gave up their
Budapest.
nukes really for no guarantees at all.
But
Really just
Well,
a
they didn't
promise.
have to.
the deal
They
should have
couldn't run them
been.
anyway. They couldn't use them anyway because all the technology was in the Soviet Union
I
at the
mean,
time.
shit. Still, a fucking monkey with a gun is still dangerous,
Ho,
even if it
yeah,
doesn't have
no,
knowledge
hey,
on how to pull that trigger.
Marky, calm down, calm down.
What the hell?
Damn, y'all got. Go
What
ahead,
the
Marky.
hell,
Feedback.
Bert?
Go ahead, Marky.
No, I was just saying, a monkey with a gun is still dangerous, even if it doesn't have complete knowledge of how to fire it.
Some of the
Okay, it can
most,
still figure out a way to pull that
racist
trigger.
shit I've never heard. Some of the most racist shit I've ever heard.
I mean, that
Could have never.
I wasn't pointing that towards a specific group of people. I was just saying that they could still find a way to pull that trigger.
Now, you my
They
Ukraine
brother.
were
can still
Russian
find a way
nukes.
to be very dangerous with 1,700 nuclear warheads.
They were Russian nukes. They weren't Ukrainian nukes. They were Russian nukes.
Well, at the time, the Soviet Union didn't really have the power to enforce anything upon them.
Yeah, but they wanted them back.
They
They
were the
wanted
key.
them back because they knew how to use them. They
Hey,
wanted
can I
them
ask
back.
a question? Can I ask the question? Hey, Peter. Now, since you seem like you're well versed on this now, right? So after they give up those nukes, is that when they also invaded Crimea and took that from Ukraine?
No,
No,
that's
And
years
then,
I
years
think
later.
that
That's
was
30 years later.
yeah, that was years later. Ukraine voted 90. Crimea voted 95%. In fact, I know people in Ukraine right now that are happy as hell to be in Russia.
I don't acknowledge. I don't know about that, Peter, but I don't acknowledge those elections because
Hey, you know,
I've read the reports from the UN, and I've seen the videos. Those people got walked to the voting booths with soldiers and guns at their back. I don't
well, yeah,
acknowledge
that's
that.
what they tell you. But if
No,
you were
that's
in
what I've
Russia,
seen with
you'd
my
see a
own two
different
eyes.
story. You know, if you were in Russia, you'd see a different story. They voted 95%, and Crimea is still with Russia, and they're happy to be there. I get
hey,
pictures
but
from them
that
all the
sound
time. They're happy as hell.
but that
You
sound
know,
like vote or die for real, though, huh?
bro, think about it, man. Those people aren't our enemies. We got government that own the media. They run everything, and they're telling us this and they're telling us that, and you kind of got to sift through it, you know. I mean, I know a lady that was in New York. Her name was Irina Hakanas. And she married a German guy, but she was from Ukraine. And she called me up. This was before I even knew the war was going on. I sent her some paperwork. And she said to me, she goes, they're bombing us in the Donbass. She says, all my relatives live in Russia. I speak Russian. Do you want to learn how to speak Russian? I said, I don't know. I don't think I can learn how to speak Russian. She goes, I'll teach you how. I said, oh, no, yeah. I speak English like the rest of us over here. You know, I'm not moving there, you know. But she was real nice. She told me, she said they were trying to make them stop speaking Russian. And then she said that their relatives, they didn't want them to go to the Orthodox Church. And, you know, Kiev was the hub of the Orthodox Church in Russia at one time. Yeah.
So Peter, I gotta ask this question. In your opinion, and I'm glad that we had somebody like you on, and you're more knowledgeable than I am about it. But I gotta ask: do you think that the majority, and when I say majority, let me make sure I say this the right way. Do you think that the majority of the people of Ukraine, because we heard and we've seen the Donbass being taken over, we've seen Crimea, we done seen all these things happen, and even though I think that is reported to us a certain way, do you think that these people, they agree more than they disagree with what's going on as far as Ukraine and Russia?
Oh, folks in Donbass?
And not yet, especially, go ahead.
Well, down in the Donbass, I can tell you this for sure. In Donetsk, especially. Remember back when Putin came in there and he had 40,000 troops outside of Kiev, and they all of a sudden stopped, and then went down to Istanbul. And my friend Russell calls me. I was talking to him, and they were pissed off. because if they would have made a deal at that time, Putin was ready to say, look, we want a European security agreement. We don't want any fighting over here. And we're willing to make a deal. And they weren't even asking for Donetsk or Lugansk or any of those places. They just wanted to stop. Wait a minute. Now, listen, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened.
No. I want to ask the question this way. I want to ask it this way. And the only reason I want to answer it this way is because a lot of what you say, and I think your knowledge of the situation surpasses even what I know about it, right? And because of that, I want to ask it in a simplistic way. Who wanted the smoke? Did Ukraine want the smoke or did Russia want the smoke, in your personal opinion?
I'll tell you who wanted the smoke. United States and NATO wanted the smoke. That's who wanted it. And Ukraine, man, Ukraine's dying for it. They're getting killed for it. It was the U.S. of A. And it was Great Britain. It was Europe. And you can listen to them now. Just go ahead and listen to some of these idiots in the EU, especially Merz from Germany. Tell me he ain't bought off. I mean, these guys are crazy. You're not going to beat Russia. Look at Russia came in there. They had to regroup. They've got 32 countries, 32 NATO countries against them, and the United States supplying them weapons. And are they winning? No. They're getting their asses kicked. All you have to do is go on Military Summary Channel or Weeb Mappers or the Ukrainian Mappers on Twitter. They'll show you. They come right out and say it. They're going to take Odessa pretty damn soon. I mean, and does Putin want the West? No, he doesn't want to rule the West. But if they push him, if they don't come to an agreement, he'll go all the way to the Polish border. And that's what Russ was saying. He told me before he died, he said Putin's going to have to go all the way to the Polish border because these idiots don't know when to stop. He said they're nuts. So, as long as we keep weaponizing them, that's what's going to happen.
I don't logically understand. I don't logically even understand that because if you acknowledge that Ukraine would get destroyed by Russia and that they are not in any way comparable to the military superpower that Russia is, why would they be begging or wanting this war to continue? Like that makes no sense to me. Why would they want their country to be destroyed and continue to be bombed to death? Like it makes no sense to
They
me.
don't have.
Like it just sounds like propaganda, if you ask
Well,
me.
why do we pay taxes? Why do we pay taxes? Because somebody tells us to. Do you think anybody's particularly interested in what we have to say in Washington? We can sit in here and bitch all we want. Do you think they're listening to us? Hell no. It's a whole different class of people. Those guys, you're talking global politics, money, and power. Something we're not privy to. We don't travel in those circles. So whatever the hell they're doing, if it makes sense or if it doesn't make any sense, it doesn't make any difference.
Well,
They're going to
Peter,
do what they do.
well, Peter, and this might be a good time to switch topics, because I wanted to do this for last, if we're gonna get out of here soon. Did you see the Iowa Senator Joni Ernst? What she said the other day?
Who? What's her name?
She's a senator from Iowa. And she was at a town hall, and the people were complaining. They said people are gonna die from these Medicaid and Medicare cuts. And her response was, with a smile on her face, "We're all gonna die." So basically she said, I mean, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I mean, what that got to do with me? I mean, it's a sink or swim economy over here.
She's the kind that if she saw you laying in the middle of the road dying, she'd run you over.
Yeah. No, and that's one of the brothers asked earlier about a Christian element. I mean, these fucking Republicans, they lie. They're not Christians. They would let fucking children starve. They would let fucking people without who can't afford their asthma medication die. Like they're like
Nah,
these
man,
are
I just
these
think a lot
motherfucking
of that is
devils.
gonna be a lot of that's gonna be transferred over to the state, man, and as it should. I don't feel like a lot of that should be federally taken care of, bro. Medicare and Medicaid set the standard for what a lot of insurances have to follow. And for a lot of patients and a lot of people, it's inconveniencing in a sense, bro. And this is coming from somebody. That's what I do for a living, bro. Like Like Medicare and Medicaid basically make the rules, and the other insurances have to kind of fall in line, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just how it is. So and in turn too, there's a lot of people who are stealing benefits, bro, stealing government benefits, who don't need to be on food stamps, who don't need to be on Medicaid or Medicare, who are able-bodied people and able to work and should be doing so. So I do
You're
think we
right,
need some
man.
cuts, bro. I do think we need some cuts, bro, to just
Okay,
act
but
like it's unfair and act like it's gonna inconvenience everybody and people are just gonna be SOL. I think it's wrong to go about it that way, bro, because we are paying for this. This is something as a collective, we as a nation should really be like, maybe this ain't a bad idea. Maybe we can weed out, like, people who are taking advantage of our system this way too, That's
okay,
just my
so
opinion.
okay, so brother, I'm not in support of, and these specific cuts are like, I'm not in support of SNAP. They're saying there's gonna be a requirement instead of families with children that are 11 years old and under, they're going to shorten the age requirement to 7 years old and under. So that's directly taking money. That's directly taking food out of children's mouth. I'm not in support
Yeah.
of that and those types of cuts. Going to Medicare and Medicaid. My son is currently covered under MAP. Okay, and as a result of what's going on in Washington, his school up here, which at just last year he would have been able to go to elementary school at this private Coral Reef Academy, and MAP would have paid for it. They're no longer accepting MAP in anticipation of the cuts because they understand what's going on in Washington as of June 5th. Okay, so this is something that affects me. And then what we see recently, I have a big problem with Trump. I need to read more into this big beautiful bill to see if it does tackle Medicaid Part D, to see if it gives more powers to the state to negotiate for drug prices. But the bullshit executive order Trump had in the White House the other day about drug prices is bullshit. It has no legs. It has no arms. He just says you have to have the same price as the next lowest country. There's no way to actually enforce that. The reason why those countries have such low prices on those specific drugs is because the federal government directly negotiates with those countries, or excuse me, with those drug companies. We don't have that. If we wanted to do that, or excuse me, if Trump was serious about doing that, he would expand Medicaid Part D. Okay, and now we have now in certain places where Medicare or Medicaid is going to be cut off completely. You have people, and you said people are being inconvenienced. I mean, some people are not going to have no insurance. They're not going to be insured at all. And what you're going to see is people that were paying 500, or excuse me, paying $70 for asthma pumps and asthma medication. Their
When
stuff is going to go to $500.
brother, when Obama was president and I didn't have insurance, I had to pay $300, bro. And I didn't even have insurance. They taxed me. They made me pay a fee for not having insurance, bro. For changes that he made to when I had insurance. I was working at a job, bro, where I had insurance, but due to changes that Obama made to the healthcare marketplace, my job decided, okay, well, damn, this is inconvenient for us. Maybe we got to switch it up. I had to switch jobs, bro, just to find insurance for my family, bro. So you say it's just a Republican thing. It's not, bro. I'm telling you, it's just not. And you're saying that expanding Medicaid Part D, it like what you don't understand is give and take, bro. Like on both portions of this. And my thing is like a lot of people who are getting these benefits, man, truly don't need them. We see it right now. There's immigrants, bro, who are getting benefits that veterans can't get, bro. You know, like I think it's not something that we should just be arguing about. Let's just sit down and just kind of talk about it and discuss it rather than just trying to fight it all together.
I completely agree with that. I think we're having a respectful discourse right now, brother. But I don't think right now the claim that most of I've seen that most of the defenders of the big beautiful bill are saying is that there's 1.3 million illegals that are being covered on the Medicare and Medicaid because of certain state because of certain states that are soft on those requirements, basically. So we can look into those. At the same time, I don't think 1.3 million immigrants or illegal immigrants makes up for 1.4 trillion dollars worth of cuts, and I think people are going to be hurt by that, regardless. Now we could say, okay, well maybe that's good, that that's collateral damage, that the cuts need to be made, that the spending is out of control. But then the bill still adds, um, it still adds $5 trillion to the debt. We still spend it. We're still gonna be spending over $7 trillion
Marky, what was it,
just in the next year.
what was your energy when Joe Biden was doing even worse things than it? What was this energy at that time?
What are you talking about?
Joe Biden spending ridiculous amounts of money the same way, and
Excuse me, I live out in the world, the right side. I had to feel that. I had to go buy Pampers for my son. I had to go buy I had to go buy formula and cereal and powder. I felt those things.
that
I
is
had
what
to
I
go
asked
buy
you.
gas,
What
and
I
I was
asked?
very critical of
Hold
Joe
on.
Biden just
No,
because.
no, you
But we're
weren't. No,
talking
you
about
weren't. You
Donald
weren't. You,
Trump.
wait a
We're
minute. Wait a
living
minute.
in
Hold on. Wait a
today's
minute. Wait,
world.
no. Wait a minute. No, you wasn't. And I didn't
Excuse
talk
me?
to you. I didn't talk to you a long time about politics. You weren't critical of Joe Biden nearly the way you're being critical. And I think that you should be critical of Trump right now. I ain't got no problem with it. I think you should be critical of him. I didn't say I didn't. You didn't have none of this passion or energy for Joe Biden. You didn't have none of it. That's a fact.
Well, number one, excuse me, sir, but from what I know, Joe Biden last year, and if we want to even talk about things like the border, but you know what, let's stay on the economy. I am extremely critical. I am extremely critical of Joe Biden, even though I think a lot of his spending had to do with recovery from COVID. Still, a lot of his policies were
You didn't have
inflationary.
none of this
We had,
smoke.
excuse
No,
me,
you
sir,
didn't have this
sir,
smoke.
sir,
You didn't
sir,
have this
sir.
smoke.
Don't accuse me of something. Then let me not finish
It's not.
making my
I'm not
statement.
accusing you of anything. I'm telling you what the truth is.
Man, you did.
You
Listen,
didn't have the. You did
dude. You
not
about
talk
to
the
piss me
same
off.
way that you. Well, I can piss you off as much as you want to. That's fine. If you're mad about it, that's on you. I'm telling the truth.
Nah, don't make a
You hold
statement
on. Wait
about
a
me, and
minute.
then
Wait
when
a
I try
minute.
and respond, you gonna cut me off?
Go ahead, Marky.
Nah, like for real, dude. And again, you in the middle of us talking about Trump, you gonna try and pull out. Well, why you didn't talk about Biden like that? I am very critical of Joe Biden. I am not no defender or Democratic shill.
You were
I've
never
never
critical of
been
Joe
that at
Biden.
any time.
I've
But
never
I
been
will
on a
say this
panel.
right now.
I've
I
never
will
been on
take
a panel with
a
you.
dementia patient.
I've
I
never
will
been
take
on
a
a panel with
dementia
you where you
patient
had the same
over.
energy.
Man, okay, Dub, you got it. All right.
I know I got it because I'm telling the truth. I ain't never
Nah,
been
you
on a
got
panel
it
with you.
because you're an orange man chill.
I
And
don't.
you ain't gonna let me finish
I
by
don't
saying
been
what I got to
out
say.
of out of everybody on the panel right now. I've been more critical of Trump than you have.
Hell
I've
nah.
been.
Are
That's a
you out
fact.
of your goddamn mind?
Okay, I'm out of my goddamn mind.
You
That's a
think
fact.
tariffs are a good thing? Silence. That's all I got to say, Dub.
The crazy thing is if you listen, and anybody who done heard me talk tonight will tell you that I've been very critical of Trump. Very critical. I've been critical of Biden. My question is you didn't have the same energy. Why didn't you have the same energy when Joe Biden was in office?
Okay. Can you cite, since we want to play this stupid ass game? Can you cite me some clips of me and you talking about politics in 2022 when inflation
I
was at its highest,
I pull
when
them up
inflation
and
was at 7%, and I was
I
very critical of it at the time when I was in college? Can you find me some clips of that where we talking about that at the time? Since we want to play this stupid ass game, we're talking about right now, the right side. And again, I'm trying to be real respectful. But you cut me off, and then you said it. Then you trying to switch the topic to defend Trump, and then you expect me not to say you are orange man shill. And then like this is my problem. This is y'all's only defense. Well, Biden, if your only defense is that Trump is as bad as Biden, you've lost.
That's not my only defense.
Nah, that's Trump's only defense. That's
Well, you
all he
said,
got to say anytime they approach him about
you
something.
didn't say Trump's only defense. You said mine. You said if that's y'all
I
only
say that
defense,
yours as well. Because you bring it up in the middle of me talking about Trump and then what
You
he's
seen
doing.
one of them men fall asleep on live TV, brother.
Man, that's probably old man Von Arts.
listen, hey, let me get my brother.
That man was
Hold
funneling
on,
money.
hold on, real quick. Let me get my brother Troy Graham in the building. Let me get Troy in here.
Good
Troy,
Lord.
go ahead. And
Go
I know
ahead.
he's coming at my hair, man. I ain't got no problem with it. Go ahead, Troy. Welcome to the show. Thank
Well,
you for pulling
much
up,
respect.
and much love and respect. Go ahead.
Well, much respect to everybody on the panel. The brother about Dove trying to deflect and using Biden as a shield. I agree with him because that's what Trump supporters do. They can't justify what this man is doing. So what they do is that I'm going to use Biden to prove that he was. I'm gonna take Biden's wrongs, and they never could prove what his wrongs are. Well, Trump did this, but Biden did it worse. But they never have any proof. They never
Brother
prove
Biden.
anything to you. Not a damn thing. And me personally, there was another brother up here talking about Medicare that he belonged, that he agreed with the cuts. I completely and 100% disagree. Here's why. Last year, without those two things helping me, there's no way I would have been able to get that heart transplant, get on the list and all that. I know people right now who need kidneys and other different things, people who have cancer, they all depend on, you know, those two things right there. So to say that go ahead and cut it and it, you feel that it's right, well, that's your opinion, but a lie. And I don't feel that people who are millionaires and billionaires and fraudsters and people and someone who's like Trump, like he had a casino. How do you bankrupt a damn casino? He had a football league. How do you bankrupt, a football league? Needs to tell me this dude has never drove a car, never cooked his own meal. Tell me how I should suffer and how I should live, and he knows all about poor people. What does he know about suffering and being self-sufficient? Can somebody tell me that? Because his father gave him his first couple of millions, and he never worked for anything. He just slapped his name on companies and bought them out. So how hard is that?
It doesn't
I
matter
don't
how
know,
hard
bro.
it is.
Sometimes
He's in a position and we're not. Ain't none of us. Like I said, man, it's a whole different deal. Those people run in different cliques. Even the
You
ones with
just
the most power, you don't even know their names. The ones
yeah,
with the
but you know
most.
the one that is in power, don't you? It starts with a T, and then
nah, bro.
Trump.
He
The
just
only
playing
thing
the
about
game
Trump
just
is
how
I don't think
Biden
he's
was.
getting reliable information. Tell you the truth, I think they're just moving around him. They're just moving around him because he's probably just sitting there just to facilitate the breakdown.
okay, so you're saying he's an
Maybe.
idiot.
But the problem, Peter and Troy, is the people that are moving around him are idiots, and he put them in those positions.
It sounds
Well,
like he's
yeah.
an idiot, because he's taking
Also,
their word for it.
who around him's an idiot? I want to know. I just about like who would you
What you
say
say?
is who around him is an idiot?
Pete Hank said that. I
He
mean, that's an
Everybody.
extremely easy example. But
plays
Pete Hank
golf
said,
every day.
If you got to say everybody, I don't really think that's the example. That's
Uh,
being very broad.
I'll say it for you.
well, I just said Pete Hank said that. That's a very specific example.
It's because somebody got up here too, and they were like, "Man, that Biden's done no wrongs. Man, we just saw the man's family get pardoned, and I know clear as day we saw that his family, bro, was being funneled money too, bro. Like, what we doing? It's
Two,
like
You want
we
to
two, and
talk about
the
funneling
less
money?
the
oh
less
my
of two evils.
god.
Nah, cause stop, bro, cause you just got on my man Dub for doing that, bro, and
You're
you
right.
went
You a
on a
thousand percent
you
right.
went
I'm
on
out
a
of order.
rant on my man's, bro, and I don't want to
No,
have to
no,
go
he's
on
talking to
your
me.
noggin.
He's talking to me. He's talking to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Y'all sounded like, bro. That's what was my fault. Y'all sounded like, bro.
That's
Y'all
because
both
I'm
should be
he's from
brothers.
somewhere else. You know, we sound
Hold
alike.
on,
We
wait a
both
minute,
from
We're
wait a minute,
immigrants.
immigrants.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, we got to be in order on this.
Immigrants.
So let my brother rise and finish, and then y'all can respond accordingly. Let him finish. Go ahead, Rod.
But yeah, man, y'all calling a billionaire a bad businessman because he bankrupted several businesses. How you know he ain't do that strategically, bro?
He strategically decided that he was not going to pay his debts.
I mean, you can get rid of losing assets and
Mm.
stuff, bro. And like I'm saying, and still use that and write it off. You know, like
I mean, I don't know. I think
this the
bankrupting a
same
casino
dude.
is pretty
This the
embarrassing.
same
I think
guy
that's a
that
pretty
y'all
embarrassing
complain
casino.
about. It's the same guy that we just heard the whole world for 8 years cry about his taxes. We want to see his taxes. Let me see his taxes. I want to look at him. Give me his taxes. We had Hillary Clinton. We know she a fucking criminal. She begging for his taxes.
We know Trump a criminal. He a 30-count felon.
They all dirty, bro. They all guilty,
But
bro.
he's
Yep.
an act. But hold on, no, you called Hillary Clinton a criminal. Trump is an actual fucking criminal. Like he's an actual criminal. Like he
Hey,
actually
brother.
sat before a jury of his peers.
Him and Hillary done got people knocked off. She powerful, bro. That's why she ain't been charged for what she did, but we know what
What
went
did she
on.
do?
Come on, bro. We're not finna go down the rabbit hole. My boy Dub can set up another show and we can go down that rabbit hole if y'all want to do that
And,
for real.
and matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because shout out to my brother Marky, and I'm about to get everybody last words. I'm about to shut the show down because we're 3 hours in. Me and like Marky, tell me if I'm correct. I say, hey, we trying to keep it to 3 hours. It's gonna get out of order a little bit. We understand what
Yeah,
happened when
yeah,
we up.
yeah, yeah.
Did I
I
not say
might.
that? Did I not say
No, no,
that, Marky?
absolutely. No,
And so
absolutely. Tommy, yeah, Tommy might be a little bit. I gotta check to make sure we ain't going over 200 hours. I
right,
ain't
right,
even pay
hey.
attention.
So we and what we're gonna do, we will be live. And Marky says this to me on a regular basis behind the scenes. He's like, "Duh, 3 hours ain't enough for the political talk. It ain't enough." That's what Marky tells me, and I agree with him. We're gonna have to set it up where we at least do this 2 times a week, something like that. I don't know exactly how it's gonna work out. We all got schedules and those type of things, but we getting into hell. It's 12 o'clock. We started this thing at 8:30. So I'm just saying. It ain't always the, hey, y'all run a live stream if you want to. Y'all set y'all shit up. We'll pull up over there and rock with y'all. But this current moment in time, I don't want to get too deep into that. But I think that's a great conversation to have as far as Trump or the corruption. Shout out to my brother Peter because I think he can speak to a lot of that. But I want to go ahead and let everybody say last words before we shut it down. Marky, you're gonna be last because this is me and Marky show. Shout out to my brother Marky Dan, a hell of a job tonight. Um, let's do things the right way. I apologize to you, Troy. You pulled up a little late, so I'm gonna allow you to get your bars or your closing bars off first. I apologize to you, but be in order and just show up on time. That's it. That's all we ask. Give me your last words, my brother.
I can't show up on time for something I don't know about. I could just show up though. But
Well,
anyway, right?
every Friday, 8:30, me and Marky, we will be live. I'm gonna hit my brother up, and we on Fridays we're gonna be talking politics, and then we're gonna find another day because I think we gotta at least give it. In my personal opinion, I think we gotta at least give it 6 hours throughout the week, and it ain't always gonna be easy to figure it out, but I'm gonna rock with my brother, and we're gonna figure out how to give y'all more content as far as politics go. I appreciate y'all pulling up, but give me your last words, Troy.
All right, well, so far it's good show. I want to continue, man. I just got up so I could actually start a live if y'all want to continue. I've been asleep. So if you want to continue, then I'll start a live and y'all can get into it. But good show, everybody, and much respect. And I do not agree with the cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. 'Cause I would be dead if I didn't have those things. So They actually mean something to me. Have a good night.
I ain't mad at it. Shout out to my brother Troy Brown, man.
Nice,
Let me
brother.
hey, let me get the OG in the building, and when I call you the OG, that's a sign of love and respect. My brother Peter, and I gotta say, I think that Peter, politically speaking, I think he taught circles around us. Me personally, I think he taught circles around us.
Yeah,
But
for real.
I'm circle around you.
well, I ain't got no problem saying it. He taught circles around me. That's fine. I ain't got no problem. I think he brilliant. Peter, give me your last words, my brother. Thank you for everything you done brought to the show tonight.
Only thing I can say, gentlemen, is pray. Pray they don't blow this son of a bitch up, because I'm telling you, it's getting to the point to where these people aren't making any sense anymore. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I don't know what's coming out of their mouths. They're talking nonsense, and pushing, they're poking and pushing, and it just seems to me like I'm one of those kind of guys that say friendly relations and trade, no foreign entanglements, and I agree with that. I think it was Troy that said it cuts the Medicaid and Medicare's bullshit. Yeah.
Salute the old man Von Arx.
I ain't
Typical
calling.
Ranger though.
I ain't gonna call him old man. I'm gonna call him the OG. You know what I'm saying? A brilliant individual, a great mind, and we appreciate you pulling up and dropping the knowledge that you done dropped tonight, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I like you all, man.
Hey, much love and respect. Rozilla, man, give me your last words. Rozilla, you in the building? All right, Rozilla ain't in the building. Hey, that's okay. D-Ray, give me your last words, brother.
Hey man, great show. I appreciate you allowing me to be able to pull up, bro. And like you were saying, 3 hours ain't enough, bro. But we did get him in though, so I appreciate that. Now the one thing I want to say, bro, because it seemed like a lot of the show, we was on the international, outside of the country situation, but like domestic, I believe is where we really need to have our focus. Like the people were talking about with the SNAP benefits, the Medicaid cuts, and for me, the homeless situation out here, man, it's like like insane, bro. So I just think, bro, that if we don't care for ourselves, then we doomed to fail, bro. So and the thing I thought that you had brought up the point earlier as far as the files of Epstein, bro. I think that they should be published. They should be unredacted, and that way these people can stop trying to hide behind their power, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like somebody said, we don't know. At least, okay, I'll speak for me. I don't know who the most powerful people is. I don't know who's benefiting from all this BS, bro. But I would like to know, And that's the thing, though, right? Is you got people claiming that Clinton or Hillary or whoever is a criminal, but then when they got their guy who actually got convictions, they don't want to stand on that. They want to say, oh, they all. But our thing is, bro, when we find them out of order, just like on this panel, just like on this chat, we got to call it out. And when we don't, then, we're just going to be unrespectfully, you know what I mean? And I just think, bro, that we need to show our young people a better way. Go ahead, bro, my bad.
It's disrespectful, not unrespectful. Disrespectful.
Hey, you right. Hey, but I'm a
I
little
was about to
frustrated
say I
out
ain't
here.
never heard that one before. Unrespectfully. I said, damn.
Hey, well, I own it. I own it then.
And get what? One thing I got to tell y'all, one of the reasons I can talk the way I talk now is because I talk to my big brother. And he always showed me love. And if you listen to some of our conversations, I think we didn't talk about a lot of this stuff that we talk about on the panel now. But we've talked about this for years now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why D-Ray, that's the big homie right there. Just being
Hey,
honest.
Doug, real quick. I just want to say, and you remember the one thing that I was telling you too before the election, right? Is that I believe that Trump is gonna say 4 years ain't enough, and he gonna try to extend his term. And you was telling me that you didn't think that he was gonna do that. Do you still feel that same way,
If he, hey, I don't think he can. First off, I don't think he can do it. I don't
bro?
think
He
he will.
don't care
Hold
about
on,
that.
Do you think he
wait,
cares?
hold on, wait a minute. You asked me a question. All right, fine, go ahead. Y'all ain't. You want to ask me a question and not let me answer?
I
Dub, I
apologize. We were some
apologize for being
authoritarianism.
unrespectful.
Yeah, we were being authoritarians. We apologize. Go ahead.
All I'm trying to say is, I don't think he would. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he will do it. And if he does try to do it, you're gonna hear me, myself, and I'm gonna be the first person against it. So I can only tell you what I think will happen and what my opinion is. If he does it though, then come to this show right here because we're gonna be on his helmet because he's gonna be out of order again, and we're gonna call him out of order around here. And if he try to do it, we not supporting it over here. It's not gonna happen that way. But at the same time, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you. Hey, everybody that can hear this in the live and the playback, if you ain't subscribed already, which we know y'all is, please subscribe if you're not. Share, hit the thumbs up, comment, and support these brothers, man, because we just trying to do the bring out the best content that we can, keeping it real, and giving us a platform to be able to express our opinions, whether they are agreed with by the majority or not. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, man,
Yeah,
you know I
salute,
love you, my
Dub.
brother.
Salute.
Hey, shout out to my brother, man, D Ray, man. That's my brother right there. That's the big homie. Rozilla, let me get your last words.
Salute to y'all, man. Salute Dub. Salute Peter, man, and salute to the homie Marky, man, for all the knowledge. And the homie, was it Troy?
Troy Graham, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man, Troy. I wasn't trying to come off like no dickhead or nothing, bro. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like I know a lot of people, bro, who are stealing benefits. If you need it for a heart transplant, bro, and you unable to work, bro, you one of the people who deserve and need that, bro. I'm just saying, like I know in particular, like the situation of what I do, a lot of people who finessing the system, man.
They out of order.
Yes, they out of order, bro. Snap is for the baby mama with the ain't shit baby daddy who left her with 4 kids and he running the streets, bro. And she need the bread. She need to feed the kids, bro. It ain't for little Timmy who staying with Brenda and he convincing Brenda to, you know what I'm saying, to commit credit fraud so they can get some extra food stamps and stuff, bro. That's what's going on, man. And I ain't with that, bro, because I'm a law abiding citizen who pays taxes, man. All right. I
Me too.
salute to you, Dub. Salute Marky, man. Y'all boys have a good night, man.
But before you go, my brother Rodzilla, where you from?
I'm a Texas boy, bro. I'm a Texas boy through and through, man.
Okay, what your people from anywhere in the Caribbean, or is that all I'm hearing?
Nah. I'm from Texas.
Okay. I thought I heard an accent. Nah, my brother, but I absolutely I support your right to express what you feel and how you feel about those issues, even though I disagree with you. And subscribe to my channel, Democracy 101, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely chop it up some more on these issues, especially as they really take effect in 2020 in 2026. But peace to you.
Salute to you, bro.
Hey, shout out to my brother Rozilla, man. That's my brother, and we done talked a lot of we done talked boxing, we done talked politics. That's my brother right there, man. Much love and respect, Rod.
Yeah, take it easy, bro.
Uh, I gotta come to my brother and real quick. Hey, Rozilla, I'm kicking you off the show. I ain't doing it. It ain't nothing personal, but I got to do things the right way, and we got to shut this thing down. But I got my brother, man. Market, first things first. I told you how it was gonna happen, didn't I? I said we ain't gonna get to the topics we want to talk about. We ain't get to have the topics that we had, did we not?
Not fully. No, we did not get to all of them.
But that's how it happened, and that's the passion of political speak. That's the passion of it. Marky, thank you. I think, man, you was in order tonight. I was a little bit. I was more out of order than you were. I
Yeah,
apologize to
yeah,
you.
yep,
I
yep,
apologize
yep,
to you. I
yep.
apologize.
Thank you. I
And I'm
appreciate it.
calling a spade a spade. I call a spade a spade.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And but I want your last words. And before you give me your last words as far as how the show went, those type of things, um, was it a good show in your opinion?
It was an amazing show, excellent show. We had so
Absolutely.
many different people. We had Frilio, then we had old man Von Arx, who's been alive, who's seen so many different regimes, who's seen us pull out of so many different countries that we had defensive pacts with. So he has a very different perspective. That's why he kept bringing up Vietnam. We pulled out
Well,
of Vietnam, and we left the South Vietnamese to die, and that's what he wants to do with Ukraine. We did it to Afghanistan. We did it to Iraq. We pulled out of countries our entire life. Now, I'm not in support of that. In Ukraine's case, I'm in support of them fighting and struggling. But if the majority of this country decides they do not want to send any more aid over there, hey, it is what it is. They're not a treaty ally. They're not a part of NATO. And they got to fight for it. I mean, freedom is expensive. The North Vietnamese, I mean, people could say whatever they want. The the Vietnamese and the Taliban, I mean, these people basically fought with rocks and sticks and old rusty AKs, and they defeated some of the most powerful military superpowers in the world. You know what I'm saying? So freedom and self autonomy is an expensive thing, and if they have to face that journey alone, I mean, it is what it is. That's countries have died before. So that's on them. But
second,
and then going
hold on,
back to
second question, second question. Did you enjoy the show? Did you have fun tonight?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. When you weren't being out of order like you were saying, because you were out of order a lot, man. It was crazy with the out of orderness tonight, dog. Right side. But you, my brother, you're a good guy. I know it wasn't intentional. I know, like you said, you're just passionate about the politics, just the way I am. So the out of orderness comes out. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun combating people like Old Man Von Arx and the brother Rodzilla.
You ain't got to call him old. You ain't got to call him old.
I can, cause he's old. I mean, I tell him he's old all the time.
You out of order.
Hey, if I think somebody's old, they old, and they are old, and they are old. But this is the problem.
I heard you
I
call
say it
me
all the
old one
time.
time. I heard you call me old.
I speak the facts, and you don't like it. I say it all the time.
You called me old one time, and
You're
me,
older than me.
man. That made me old.
You in your 30s, yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm old. That's fine. I ain't got no
Bro,
problem.
you were born in the 20th century, Dub.
Okay,
You're an old man.
I'm an old man. I think.
Now, Peter.
I think your children is up. Well, I ain't gonna get into all that. I don't want to get into all that. But give me your last words, Marky. Let the people know where they can find you, and I'm gonna hit you up behind the scenes. You know how we talk. I'll hit you up, and we gotta at least put 6 hours a week into the political talk. You know what I'm saying? So we had 3 hours tonight. We got to figure out another day where we can be live and talk politics because the people love it. The people love to talk it, and I think me and you both love to talk it. So give me your final words, my brother.
I'll just say, man, resistance to tyranny is obedience to God. Do not stop fighting. Do not stop resisting against the system and the machine. Right now, they're murdering people over there in Palestine. If you're listening to this broadcast, don't stop fighting the machine. Don't stop fighting against the evil and tyranny that says it's okay to murder you and violate your rights. We won a great victory today. Abrego Garcia was brought home. Now, I'm not advocating for the type of person he is. I'm advocating for the process that was clearly violated. Okay? I'm not in support of ever breaking process. Barack Obama used a drone strike to kill an American citizen. Now, that American citizen was put on a kill list, and his father, who was in the United States, was trying to get him was sued the U.S. government to get him pulled off of the kill list because there's a law that says the U.S. government cannot use the military to go after U.S. citizens without a specific act of Congress. They did not take him off the kill list, and they killed him. They killed him with a drone strike. Now he was connected to all kind of Al Qaeda groups. He was not a good person. Okay, I'm not ever advocating for a human being like that. He was preaching that real jihadist stuff. I am not in support of illegalness and unlawfulness. I will never support it. And when Obama does things like that, I call it out. So when Trump does out of orderness things like this and snatches people up, and 2 days later he sends them to a gulag, that's its name in Spanish, or excuse me, its colloquial name in Spanish literally means that you die in there, you never get out. Like literally, that's the meaning of the name in Spanish. I understand that its official name is CCOT, but the name that the people have for it in Spanish means you never get out, that you die in there. And this man was never allowed to be presented before a judge. And then the stupidity of this administration, they're saying, well, we got to hold millions of trials. Why should we have to hold millions? That's the process. That's the law. That's how it's always been. And that's what the Supreme Court has ruled. So when you break the law and you do stupid shit like this, such as unlawful deportations, now we have to waste time bringing him back so you could legally deport him again. So, again, do not give up the fight. In this fight with Abrego Garcia, pressure was put on this government because for months they did not want to return this man. They had to return this man because the Supreme Court was about to disbar. They were about to disbar the DOJ's attorney. They were making these ridiculous arguments for why they couldn't get him back, and then they were trying to conceal information when they when the judge in the Maryland district finally called for a show of cause hearing, which meant they have to put everything on the table. These people knew they had nothing and that they were about to get sanctioned and disbarred. So they got his ass on a plane pronto. And this is not the only man that's still in CCOT. There's dozens of other people who did not have trials, who had no who had no criminal charges before they were sent. There's a gay fucking literally, there's a gay fucking stylist. This man's not a terrorist. He's not no goddamn he's not a drug dealer. And he came into this country legally. He came in through a port of entry seeking asylum. He did not jump over a fence or cross a river. He came in the right way, and they snatched him up and sent him to a gulag. Like if we as a people
hold on, Marky. The man is literally on trial right now for human trafficking, for child pornography. He's literally on trial for that.
Okay, and he has the assumption of innocence in this country. But the whole point of it is, the bright side, I'm not in support, and I feel like you just have cognitive dissonance with what I'm saying. Again, I am not and I literally just had a whole thing about talking about Barack Obama murdering somebody who espoused jihadist ideology, and who was talking about death to America. However, there was a process being done if they wanted to end that man's life. And they violated that process.
We already
Again,
agreed.
if you want to set,
We already agreed that there is a process, and we had the conversation originally, and we both agreed that was he done wrong? Absolutely, we both agreed on it. My thing is that the man, and I say respect. Well, I don't say disrespectful to him. Um, what came out after this is that he was trafficking children. He was trafficking illegal individuals taking advantage of women. Um, this is what's come out in or this is what he's been charged with. He's innocent until proven guilty. I agree with you on that, but
I haven't seen respectfully, Dub. Right, I read the grand jury. I read the grand jury indictment today. I haven't seen anything about taking advantage of women. What they're alleging is that there were five co-conspirators that he, or excuse me, four co-conspirators that he was working with. He was a fifth co-conspirator, and that there was a conspiracy that they set up that he would be given money from people that were that from co-conspirator 1 and 2 who were set up in Mexico. He would be given money, and then he would drive these people across state line, or at least this is again this is what they're alleging, and that he would drive these people across state lines and deposit them in different places. I did not see anything about taking advantage of any women, or I've seen that he was I did see that they said he was transporting children. Or again, that's what they're alleging. But and again, most of what from what I've seen, what they're going to try to use to tie all this together is the traffic stop in 2022. Now I'm not gonna say that they're not gonna get through, but I want to see how it works, because what they're saying is um after the police stopped them and then let them go, he contacted those people and that and told them that he got stopped by the police. So I guess that's going to be their base with of how they're going to try to prove without beyond a reasonable doubt that he is a human trafficker, and that these four people were not did not have pressure put on them to testify, maybe to protect their legal status. But we gonna see. Me personally, I think I hope they don't get through. Um, or let me not say I hope they don't get through. I hope to see that this man is that this man is not really a human trafficker. But if he is, get his ass the hell up out of here. I don't mind that. Just prove it to me. I want to see it first. Don't snatch him up and throw him in a fucking gulag and then tell me he's a human trafficker. No, I want to see it in a court of law. And you know me, the bright side. I love to read those documents. Although those documents are very specific about everything that goes down in that courtroom. So no, I'm not about this dead of night snatching people up in mass. Okay. And again, resistance to tyranny is obedience to God. They just had 3 ICE officers tried to snatch up a mother and her baby. 20 people from the neighborhood came out and beat the hell out of them. They beat the hell out of them, the bright side, because they look like kidnappers. They don't look like police. They look like fucking masked up kidnappers. And they don't walk with badges. They come in plain vehicles in black masks, black shades, and black caps and try to grab people. I'm not in support of this. I'm not in support of this at all whatsoever. Not only that, not only because I think it's violating people's rights. This is just a waste of time, because we had to bring him back and then deport him again anyway. So let's do it right the first fucking time. Let's not violate people's rights and then have to do this shit over again. And to end off, I'll just say we had a great show tonight. But again, please don't give up the fight. Resist these fascists as much as you can, man. Salute, Dub, right side. Say what you gotta say.
man, shout out to my brother Marky Dan, man. I love the passion. Uh, at the end of the day, we don't always have to agree, but I think you bring a brilliant perspective. I think that everybody who pulled up tonight, they bring brilliant perspectives, and I love to hear different perspectives as far as politics go. Same thing with boxing, same thing with anything we're talking. And so I thought it was a great show. Uh, Marky, let the people know once again, real quick, and shout your channel out again so the people know where they can sub to you at, where they can follow you, and what you got going on.
My link is posted in the chat. Salute to Technique, my brother, as well as Trail Hill. Both of them say they've subbed.
Oh,
Yeah, it's right there in the chat. Subscribe
yeah.
to Democracy 101. If you believe in fighting racism, please smash the like button on all my videos. If you believe in fighting fascism, You know what I'm saying? Please hit that subscribe button. And if you don't believe in either, please leave a comment letting me know why you're a goddamn racist fascist. I love y'all people.
Don't do that. Don't call the individual who gonna sub to your racist and fascist. Don't do that.
But if they are respectful, but if they sub to me, then then they believe in fighting fascism. The right side, so that don't even make sense what you just said.
Okay.
If they don't sub or like, then they can write me letting me know why they feel the way they feel.
Shout out to Marky Dan. Shout out to my brother Marky Dan, man. Appreciate you. Great show tonight, and we're gonna do it again. I'll hit you up, and we'll figure out how to. We need at least 6 hours a week of political speak. So we'll find another time that we're gonna do it on Fridays. We'll always be live Fridays, but we'll also find another time where we can get another 3 hours of this conversation in and get everybody's opinion and have political discourse. So much love and respect to my brother Marky Dan. Thank you for allowing me to rock with you and being the gentleman that you are. You be out of order, I be out of order. So out of order niggas understand out of order niggas. It is what it is. It is what it is.
You're the most out of order guy I know.
That's fine. I ain't got no problem with it. Much love and respect to my brother Marky. I appreciate everybody who jumped on the panel. Appreciate everybody who came through, gave their opinions, their ideas, their thought processes. Educated me. I was educated tonight. Shout out to a lot of the individuals, whether it's Troy Graham, or excuse me, Peter Var. Say it for me, Marky.
Peter Von Arx.
Thank you, Peter Varnarks, Rodzilla, D Ray, D Free, DDO. Man, I got a lot of love and respect for all y'all, and I ain't above being educated. I'm not, and so shout out to my brother Marky Dan. He did a hell of a job tonight being in order. I was the one who was out of order, so it is what it is. But I appreciate you, Marky, and I appreciate everybody. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Go sub to Marky. You know what I'm saying? He got great. Hey, he's gonna have more political videos coming out. He's gonna be correct me if I'm wrong, Marky. You're gonna be doing not just live streams, but you're gonna be dropping videos as far as politics go. You're gonna be doing all of that, correct?
Absolutely. I keep trying to get this video about the South Afrikaners out on my channel. It's gonna have a lot of great information. It's gonna have a lot of great sources for information. Like I said, I'm gonna be posting in the description that I did for my research, as well as some information I used tonight, such as the counter for how many people have died as a result of U.S. aid being cut off. So all that great information is going to be posted on that video. But please look out for it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of research, but I have a lot of fun doing it.
It does.
Yeah, but look out for it.
Y'all make sure y'all go show my brother love, man. He doing great work over there, and we looking forward to seeing everything he has. Like I said, me and Marky will be in contact behind the scenes so we can get more of these type of conversations out to the people. And Marky, thank you. Nothing but love and respect. And hey, you know how you know what it is behind it. You know how we rock. So even when me and Marky arguing with each other, it's a lot of love there, and I got a lot of respect for Marky. I think he's one of the best political minds on YouTube. So that's my personal opinion. He ain't a better political mind than myself, but it is what it is. But hey, just know when y'all over here, man, we appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, and know when y'all over here, man, you're rocking on the right side.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
And we shall overcome.
Impromptu celebrations erupted outside the White House.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.